Oh, hello everyone. This is Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. And let me start off by saying, long live the habitual line steppers. Um, Great to be here another Saturday night. Want to discuss something that I feel like is always probably going to be a problem for us as black men, but depending on who you are and who you roll with, it can be less of a problem. What I'm talking about is the Highlander Complex. The Highlander Complex, which is tonight's topic. The Highlander Complex among black men. The need to be the greatest is basically narcissism on kind of a huge level. Uh, but it's more singular than anything. I mean, that's what narcissism is. Um, just wanted to explore it and wanted to, communicate um, to whoever is willing to put forth any of their thoughts on this. Basically, the sense of there can be only one. Um, it's like, I don't know, I guess one of the things reflective of this attitude is how black men won't help each other out, or a black man will snake another black man. And honestly, let me start using BM. Well, BM is, you could match that up to other things, baby mama, bowel movement. You leave a lot of room for a lot of disaster when you do that. So, I mean, black men, that's understood. But anyway, as you are on your way in, or you are watching this as it when you have time on demand, please hit that like button. And if you run across this channel and you're not subscribed, um, by all means, make the greatest decision you would make in that moment and hit that subscribe button. It's all good. Um, Now, I mentioned this earlier. Actually, I ran a poll on Let me pull this poll up. I should have had all this stuff prepared, but um, you know, life is such a can be such a busy thing sometimes, and you know, just have to have the ability to organize my day a little bit better. But just want to. Yeah, I got some competition tonight. But if you're watching, you are watching the right broadcast. So, uh, see, you are in the right place. And you also have an opportunity to be a part of the greatest chat in social media. I'm very interactive with the chat here. Do not hesitate to leave a comment or ask me a question. Um, I assure you that I will be as respectful as possible, as long as you keep it as, don't say anything crazy that's going to make either myself or the moderators that I've assigned wrenches to, uh, don't make us time you out. Uh, and that's not throwing weight around or anything. It's just that um, uh, I will do, and anyone who does support this platform will do everything that we can to protect it. So keep it clean. Don't keep the comments too crazy. That's for other channels. As of late, it really had literally has been for other channels. Uh, so this topic is actually a winner of a poll that I did this morning. So show you the results, and 66 votes is enough to make a poll viable. So I asked the question, what should tonight's topic be? Questions or thoughts? Leave a comment. And it's going to be out of one of three: Highlander Complex amongst black men, making fun of simping, or cancel culture. Um, so you can see who the obvious winner is. But second and third, they were neck and neck. So cancel culture, and another making fun of simps video is, well, broadcast is coming out real soon. I don't know, one of them may be tomorrow night's topic. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about Highlander Complex. Basically the need for black men to, be number one in the eyes of everyone. And you've probably seen many examples of this throughout your life, because a lot of the thought process comes from is a limited amount of choices that a or options that some black men, you know, and it really doesn't matter age or range or anything. I mean, I can speak directly from the experience I have as a 40-plus-year-old guy. Um, this whole thing, like, got to be the Hellcat, the alpha, rather. Yeah, that's the alpha thing, because usually in the animal kingdom, amongst packs or herds, or whatever group classification, or for whatever species of animal that is carnivorous, in most cases, um, the alpha is usually only one singular uh, creature, the biggest, the toughest, the coolest, the one who got the most women, the most females, just the most revered, the one who gives the young ones direction. It ain't like all the other ones can't do it. It's just that they're not as good as the alpha is. And it's a cool spot to be in, but also doesn't feel so cool to want to be it, because then if you want to be the alpha, or the last one standing, is something that is seemingly, I would say, for the number of black men, like, even in this space, that's going to be impossible. People are going to try anyway. I mean, there are people who can prove through the evidence of the work they put in that, yes, they are the best, and they can say what they can say, and they can stand on it. But yet and still, nobody takes into account some of the hidden gems, and somebody else might rise up and claim that spot. Or then there's going to be maybe about 10 or 15 more guys that feel like that the spot should belong to them. And a lot of those guys aren't mentally stable. So we're just gonna mm, So what we have is a ton of what I like to call breakdowns, and they break down in many numerous ways, and it's just that all of them are counterproductive. All of them are counterproductive. All of except for one. The one that has a chance of working and that would probably eliminate the whole Highlander thing is the team dynamic. I always like the team dynamic, because I believe in the proverb "many hands make light work." I feel like that if like we don't have to all think the same, we don't have to all agree, but if we work together toward a common goal, we can get a lot done. Unfortunately, it seems like when you put many strong minds in one room, it doesn't seem to work out. I would say one ideal is always better than the other. One vision always extends much further than someone else's vision. And someone, one or two or 10 of those guys might catch some feelings about it. When all it takes is, if all it takes is, if ooh, you, I don't know, all it takes is an understanding, a simple friggin' understanding. You know how many meltdowns could be avoided. You know how much, if we just swallowed our pride and just decided that, hey, you know what, let's put all the bullshit to the side. In a perfect world, how quickly do you think that we could get this community together if we could put all that ego shit to the side? As black men, this is I'm talking to black men specifically. Yeah, one part of this does involve women, and I think that we all know what that part is, especially um, when it comes to such things such as this. You know, the need to impress women, to get women on your page, to be to be the top guy, the one that's all of them attracting. Because at one point or another, every man has that, that one thing in their head where they feel like that they should have like and don't. Yeah, I'm about to use the B word, so brace yourself. Uh, uh, Dudes do fantasize sometimes, heterosexual dudes, of course, having all the bitches, and the way to for them to do that, I don't know, is to be the number one guy. I heard I used to have a buddy that was an actor, and he said that there was something that would happen on set would be called leading man syndrome. Basically, he became the top guy by default just because he had the lead role, which made him, I guess, the top guy. The singularity. Actually, in that particular case, when he was the lead guy, he ended up losing his relationship. Fucked around, sack chaser. Ended up being a mistake, but hey, he lost his woman in the process. Shout out to I'm Listening. What's going on? Yep. what happens when there are a bunch of guys, and I mean like just when I say a bunch, I'm like more than 10 that has the credentials and the credibility and the capability to be the number one guy. Then you get that Highlander bullshit. Then you do. Um, you get a bunch of guys that I would say tear the space down. You get a bunch of simps who want to make themselves seem like they're the last hope for the females, which I'll explain. Uh, you do have the guys who sleep with a lot of women who feel like they should have that number one position based on their interactions with the ladies. Which, I mean, let's be honest, there's a bunch of men that do put importance into that. At myself, at a younger age, not like really like sleeping with a bunch of women. I was one of those boring guys, but I accepted who I was. I got my share. But there's that patch of guys in existence that feels like that just because they sleep with a bunch of women, that puts them at the top of the food chain, and no diss to them. No diss to them. It's just that every guy that has the capability to have sex with a woman, which is every functioning guy, seriously would functioning. If the equipment's working, that's not something that is an anomaly, but most feel like it is, and it is admired. So by some, I mean, I'm too old for that shit. It is what it is. More power to you, but that's not what makes a leader. Is that's some of our mistake. I mean, there are the guys who have they went on a path that led them to a lot of success, and that's kind of a black family thing. Um, here's how I approach that. There are a lot of people. We as a people are bombarded by a monster of stereotypes. Ow! God damn! Ugh. Sorry about that. This cat just kind of ambushed me like with his claws. It's like the fuck. But black, like we have a bunch of stereotypes uh amongst the black family. Like it the it seems that the common denominator is that we're always seen as poor, broke, uh, no drive, no ambition, uh, and when we do have those who rise above that, it's one or two things can happen: either the crabs in the barrel thing, or you know the uppity bourgeois. We think we're too good. Um, the kind of deal. So I'm more on the leaning toward the more bourgeois context, because there are some of us like that do exist. Some of us do exist in that kind of thought pattern. So when a man, especially like I would say in this space, excuse me, and generally, and I'm not gonna ever knock the high value man narrative, uh, because according to the way it's defined, it might be something that we as black men probably need to consider shooting for, because and I'm not going to make an other culture's argument. We have to set that standard because it's the right thing to do. And I'm including myself in that little argument right there, because I am a black man. I mean, a lot of us are here to talk about these problems. you know, Try to solve these things. Shout out to Unknown Sacrificed MC. You know what I like? Oh, shout out to Murder Man Triple XL as well. And shout out to my habitual line stepper brother Donnie. You know what I like though? I like seeing new names. I see new names every broadcast. So I've seen Murder Man Triple XL. He's been in my he's in my comments on my videos, and but haven't seen you, Unknown Sacrifice MC, unless you were here before and I haven't noticed you. But rather for that, my bad. But yeah, so the whole hold on one second. Make sure. Let me look at something real quick. Okay, yeah, when a when a black man is successful, I mean, and he's bombarded by the stereotypes and the shaming. Let's just go ahead and just put it out there like that. When he's bombarded with the shaming, when he finally accomplishes something, then depending on his state of mind, whether it be a strong mind or a weak mind, and you were probably leaning toward the weak mind when you think of something like this. Dude think he on top of the world. Yeah. I mean, kind of like a horrible version of CJ King. Yeah, I did this, I did that. Oh, you niggas is broke. I ain't broke no more. Nobody's knocking the dude like that. No one's knocking the dude like that based on his success. But based on his attitude, sooner or later somebody's gonna be like, I mean, really honestly, dude, who gives a shit? Who whoop de doo, stuff like that. But sometimes people do use their success to put themselves in a head position or to cover up where they may be falling short at. And this is not some kind of bedroom shaming. I'm talking about, other things such as, states of mind. Like I said, a guy that uses his accomplishment to try to assert himself and which may work in some sets, but in other sets, a lot of that shit don't. You're gonna have to use your common sense part of, and unfortunately, common sense ain't that common. But just saying, I mean, it'll work in some situations, but it won't work in other situations. Not knocking successful people. I believe that we need more successful black men, and I do believe that there are tons of successful black men that are not highlighted. Some of it does have to do with the Highlander stuff, but a lot of that stuff has to do with stereotypes. I know quite a few successful black men. They're not all uppity. A couple of them are cool, but much success to the brothers. Don't be a hater. Oh no, I mean it's that's never a good thing. All right. Hmm. Yeah, I know. Sacrifice MC. Thank you for the shout out. Used to have a cat. He wake me up at 4 a.m. for food. Had to let him go. I was like, I got this cat for my daughter right here. But real playful, real playful. It's just like you're getting too big for that shit, and your teeth and claws are getting too sharp. I was like, so it's yeah, but she don't do that to my daughter. My daughter got that game locked down. Daughter, yeah, I got high hopes for her. But anyway, the topic for tonight's broadcast is the Highlander Complex amongst black men. Uh, it's kind of like it's only room for one at the top. Uh, I don't know. I'm just a guy that I feel like that there's enough for everybody. Let's talk about the this black space in YouTube. It's a small group of people. It does number in the thousands, depending on where you go. But I just so happen to believe that it takes charisma and creativity and just some flat out talent in order to be able to build a following that is willing to take you at least halfway seriously. I mean, some people do things that could be considered, and could be considered clout chasing or in the moment, whatever's popping in the media. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I haven't used the clout chasing, but I have used the whatever's popping in the media or viral stuff on social media because I feel like a lot of that stuff does need to be addressed and it does need to have a realistic perspective, you know. But some people don't have that range. Some people don't. Yeah, Highlander Complex. Yeah, that's something that that's. I used the term Highlander syndrome last night, but Highlander syndrome is actually a real condition. Highlander syndrome. So don't. So if someone does come in brought tonight's broadcast and use Highlander syndrome, I'll be sure to correct them. Highlander syndrome is you stop growing, you stop maturing at a childlike age. Like, say you reach 10 years old, your age will begin to progress, still progress, but your body won't reflect it. It does shorten your lifespan. Um, it's like, think about, I'm not going to call any names or certain television shows, but there are some people that just gonna look like kids forever, and I do empathize with people like that because life is a struggle if you have to go through something such as that. So those people aren't to be made fun of, and just a reminder to all of you out there who are content creators and YouTubers to be very careful with your words. So we're using Highlander Complex. So make sure when you do your research, make sure you use Highlander Complex, not Highlander Syndrome, because I did use Highlander Syndrome last night. Uh, so shout out to Rogish the Build Monger. I'm gonna drop that link in just a second. Just want to make sure I cover all the basics first. Um, yeah, but yeah, this should be a very interesting one. Because I feel like this Highlander complex, this this need to be the not the last man standing, not the biggest man standing, the only man standing. Because if you follow, just think in the context of the Highlander films, you got all these Highlanders around here, and they ultimately all have to kill each other until there's just one left. I think a lot of men in society in general, and is reflective of a lot of the things that happen in this space. Uh, they have to be the biggest guy in here, the one that overshadows them all, you know, and kill everybody else if you have to. This comes through in many ways. Say, for instance, like if I was saying that I'm the greatest, it doesn't matter what anyone else has done. I'm the goddamn best. Screw everybody with a dick and two balls just like myself. You know, what I'm spitting here is better than what everyone else is spitting. I'm the GOAT. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. And say if random Negro number two comes in and has all this stuff going on, just like it's just a fanfare over there. Every show is great. All of a sudden, I got to do something to derail random Negro number two, who's becoming superstar Negro. So, gotta do all kinds of hate stuff, try to make them look stupid, maybe kind of sneak diss them a little bit, go behind the scenes. If the guys show up in the chat, have my little petty mods time them out, stuff like that. Then act like, and then act like I'm sitting on top of Mount Elizabeth, and they're scrubs and they struggle, and they're peasants, but random Negro number two, well, I call him random Negro number two, who is now superstar Negro, doesn't give a shit, goes back to his platform, starts Bankhead bouncing all over his broadcast, and everybody's having fun. Just a message for the guys who do run into these Highlander types. Just kind of do your thing, brother. Don't be discouraged, because it's likely if someone has to do that to you, they see something in you that they're afraid of. Once you find that out, you hold on to it and you never let it go. But don't catch yourself becoming the Highlander, because that can easily happen. Think about it. Think about Superstar Negro now. Superstar Negro's been Superstar Negro for a while. And then random Negro number three comes in. So what is Superstar Negro going to do when random Negro number three comes in? You know, put the worm on the hook, throw it out, always catching a bunch of fish. Just an analogy for, making great progress. Is Superstar Negro going to stay out of random Negro number three and let him shine? Or is that going to enter his head as well? There can be only one. There's enough greatness to go around for everybody. I would say I would think about comedians. I don't think Richard Pryor is the only great comedian. I don't think Eddie Murphy is the only great comedian. When there's a lot of greatness, that means that everybody can win. When everyone is allowed to be great, everyone can win. But unfortunately, it just doesn't look like we live in a world such as that. So, am I being negative? Am I being brutally honest? All right. Go ahead and put this link in the chat. Keep in mind, Anyone who steps up here, I like for people to stay on topic. Just one of those nights. But people who who necessarily I fucks with, they're very intelligent people. Or people who are gracious enough to come around me and put up with me. Shoot, I give them a lot of credit as well. Yeah. Uh, Gemini 605. Edward sent me here. Okay, all right. Shout out to Edward Anderson, good brother, friend of the habitual line steppers, and content creator. So check out Edward Anderson's channel. And yes, mod wrenches are active. So, like I said earlier, don't get crazy, or mods or even myself don't have to time you out. And we're not like that too much over here. People don't just be, oh, we just be timing motherfuckers out, just be timing them out, or blocking people from the channel. Unbeknownst to myself, and I have to see if anyone has blocked anyone from the channel, because like I don't like that. Let me make that decision. There was a couple of people that I know I didn't block. Then when I checked the settings, they were blocked. So that runs people away from the channel. So I don't ever want that to happen. I mean, if I go back and see it was for good reason, then I'll support the decision. But I like to think that moderator decisions are great decisions. I don't like to be, no one likes to be made into a fool. Nobody likes to. Nobody likes to think they made a bad decision. Uh, but yeah, another aspect of Highlander syndrome. And shout out to CMC. Salute, brother. Just wanted to say there's enough food everyone can eat out here. Exactly. Exactly. Let me put that up there real quick. Yeah, everyone can eat. There's enough room for everybody.
That's what's up.
Brothers, like, okay, like brothers see a great brothers see a brother doing great. Okay, let me say, like, when I was younger, like I say, I'm in restaurant work environments with a bunch of younger black men, like such as myself. A couple of them older, a couple of them grumpy, but we're all good guys.
Hmm.
Okay, manager started looking at a couple people in the kitchen. Maybe we'll promote them to a position. Guess what the other guys are gonna do?
Hate.
Hate immediately.
Yeah.
But what would those guys do if they were getting looked at?
I mean, everybody wants the support, but I mean, it's okay. It's just like coming up on these panels. I be thinking, what I'm saying, been on my Ed McMahon shit whenever I'm on these things, you know what I'm saying? Real talk is, what I'm saying, you play your position, ain't to overshadow nobody, you know what I'm saying, or try to do more than the platform presenter, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, damn, that's what the space supposed to be teaching. This is how you support brothers, you know what I'm saying, in this space. So, I'm saying, I think that'll be a good start, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, but let me just go ahead.
Create the McMahon clause.
Yeah. But let me go ahead and say this. It's not necessarily for panels, brothers in this space, because anyone that takes their time out to join your panel and they articulate themselves intelligently, just I'm try to be polite to the narrative on that one.
Right.
And we do get a couple great crazies up here every now and again, and they just ramble and say stuff that don't really apply to the conversation. And we had a discussion last week on how why brothers would be afraid for women to come here. Uh, and one of the reasons expressed was because they don't really say anything. They try to throw the conversation off. They say all this stuff, and you know But at the same time, I mean,
Who
and I
passes up? Who passes up perfect lessons? Who passes up perfect opportunities to distribute lessons? It's Jews. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they talking bullshit, but
I
you know
mean,
what I'm
but
saying.
you know,
You
you
put the
got.
right alchemy behind it. Shit, they
I
turn
mean,
that shit into
but you have to
Jews for us.
understand, but you have to understand that everyone doesn't have the same, the same kind of idealism.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's not it's not an absolute war every time one of them stands up there. But but then like when guys jump up and do that,
Yeah.
when guys jump up and do that, there goes that Highlander stuff again. Because guess what? A lot of the frustration comes from the dealings with females. So it's a need to, I would say, so to speak, rise to the occasion and take over everything. And okay, this is
Whole panel
what's
full
going
of
to happen
motherfuckers, and you know
because
what I'm
she's
saying?
up here.
Yeah.
God damn it. And I mean, they try to take the show from the host.
Won't you take thine winch self back under the rock? Away with ye, wench.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Oh shit.
all you gotta do is sit back and observe for a couple minutes, and you will have all the information that you need to have. But we had that conversation last week,
Right.
so for the audience, go check out that broadcast, "Sisters in the Space." I think that was last Saturday, so yeah, it's still up. I leave all my broadcasts up. I mean, unless something crazy happens, like then I have to edit something. But yeah, I do reference to a lot of my broadcasts. And Rogish the Buildmonger, he has a channel as well. Say he got some ideas going. So
Yeah, in the works,
go
in the
ahead
works.
and offer him a subscription, and just keep your eyes peeled.
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
So yeah, the Highlander Complex, Rogish. Highland. Do you kind of know? I mean, you're an intelligent brother. You know what direction I'm going in with this.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's like everybody those like brothers who thinks that everything has to be a competition or somehow my greatness. And I'm not talking about me specifically, but I'm just
right.
speaking in general. My greatness is somehow a threat to you getting any greatness or your already established greatness.
That's I don't understand that because the whole thing is support, right? Like that is the whole point of the space, right? And I'm not declaring that. I'm saying that's what I observed over my years of observing it. So it's support, and that's why I actually I had to humble myself in an aspect to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I came from the pro black sector, but it's like, all right, wait a minute, you can't just because I might be programmed to be reactive against some of the things that y'all might say because I've been saturated in an overt type of I guess I'm gonna say toxic support because the pro black sector is kind of toxic with their support, especially in areas where it ain't respected and all that. It's like nah. So perhaps pull back from that, and then that's what y'all do. Y'all put things in a practical perspective, and that practicality, what I'm saying, it doesn't really permit one to bring forth any BS. You know what I'm saying? And that's and the whole aspect of the support. You know what I'm saying? Black men are not receiving support, so this is them supporting one another. So anyone that comes to the space lacking that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if they need to be put in pocket with it, if they can be talked to or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, it's odd that doesn't register to some folks. You know.
All right. Okay. And what we have here is the new sheriff in town. Okay, that's most certainly someone who's having fun with the little name tag thing. So go ahead, sir. Spill it.
Welcome, Billy
First
Ray.
of all, first of all, everything will be fine. We just all get behind me. Okay? That's how we solve this whole problem. Everybody just get behind me. It don't make no difference what you did before I got here. It don't make no difference what your plans were. Just everybody get behind me. We solve this whole thing right now. That's how we do that.
All right, well, there you
You
go.
know what I'm saying? If somebody got to be in charge, it might as well be me. I'm just saying. I'm
Okay.
just saying.
Sounds like you'll be kind of an expert in, what the subject matter is, sir. What do you believe, or what do you think when you hear of Highlander Complex, Mister Sheriff in town?
Nah, man. All
Yeah,
this, I got to be the head nigga in charge, man.
yeah,
Man, it just never stuck with me. Everybody can't be the greatest somebody, but you can be the greatest who you are. So my thing is like, if you totally bent on being the head person amongst people, you gonna miss what you great at yourself. I'd rather be the best me than the be some dude trying to rope all y'all into seeing everything as I say and doing everything that I see fit. Because I know that ain't gonna work. That
right,
ain't gonna work. And you know what? Real talk. My ego been busted because y'all know I'm from Chicago, right?
right.
You can say what you want to say, but if you was growing up at the time I grew up, I don't care what you did. You wasn't the man here. That was Michael Jordan.
Uh,
So
He-
how you gonna get past that? You know what I mean? So you should figure out. I since I'm not going to be the best basketball player of all time, so if that's not what I'm about to be, I can find a place to be great at. I ain't gonna be great in that particular space, but I can find a place to be great. If you seek your own greatness, you ain't got to worry about what everybody else is doing. That's how I look at that. But all this,
Fact.
everybody got to be behind me. Nah, I'm not the oldest one of my siblings. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the oldest one of my cousins. You know what I'm saying? I'm so far behind other people. I've been behind folks since I've been born. You know what I'm saying? And it just is what it is. I remember when they said Bill Gates was the richest man on earth at $79 billion. So my thing is like, I'm still 79 billion short on trying to be the greatest. And that was years ago. He worked way more now. You know what I'm saying? I just remember when he made 79 billion, he was the top dog. So my attitude has always been, if you ain't finna take him down, you ain't no point you worry about being the top dog of all things. You might as well just find something you great at and work it as best you can.
Right.
Whoa, hold on. But Roger MJ is from Brooklyn, New York. How y'all claiming him? Brooklyn. You know what? You know what? He was born there.
Oh,
He grew up in North Carolina. Just for the people who don't know it. But where did he display greatness? It took Chicago to make him great. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Now, New York was a great stepping stone. We appreciate Patrick Ewing. You know, if he wasn't as good as he is, we wouldn't like he. If Patrick Ewing wasn't as good as he was, then Michael Jordan wouldn't look as good as he did every time he came that way.
that's cold. That's cold. Starks was cold when he was guarding Jordan.
hey, hey! Y'all see what I just did to the screen?
Oh snap!
Yes. Yeah, look at that.
Case in
Time for me
point.
to time for me to get my Highlander on, fellas. Cut this shit out.
No, keep it
Yeah.
like that. Keep it like that.
Anyway, guys. The topic.
There you go. There you go. Feel yourself, big homie. This is called popping your collar streamline style. You know what I'm saying? StreamYard style.
It's like Kevin, you're all these weirdos that don't cam up. Show your face, brother. Show your face. So, yeah, bam, there you go, right there, bam.
Ooh,
Oh shit.
ooh.
Yes, people, and I am nearsighted.
Oh, that's all right. But look, if you start out nearsighted, you're gonna end up far sighted at the end of it. You know what
That's
I mean?
bullshit right there.
It's some straight up bullshit. It's like, yo, hold up. I started out not seeing far, and I gotta take the glasses off to read up close. Like, what the hell is this?
We kill dragons, man. You have to show me your technique, bro. You know? Yeah, shout out to We Kill Dragons and Kareem Henry. What's going on?
And I gotta say a quick shout out to Absalom Pianki.
Peace to the
Mr.
king.
Mr. Payanki. Yeah, go ahead and subscribe to his channel too. I got a couple of his videos in my community tab. And yes, please, guys, thank you. I just want to say thank you for engaging my community tab. Without my community tab poll today, I still probably would have done this broadcast, but I just wanted to just see what happened. So this broadcast ended up winning anyway. The other two broadcasts was making fun of simping and cancel culture, which are popular topics as well. So I might do one of them tomorrow night. Like, probably cancel culture, but well, if something goes viral or something important happens, like KS karate chops like 100 ninjas and saves a bus full of children. It's like I knew it was something about that man. I knew it was something about that man. You know how y'all get sometimes. Then I'll cover it, but that's just how we do. Anyway, and let me
Go ahead. Go
go ahead.
ahead.
No, I was just about to say. Also, just let me just say this one more time. Long live the habitual line steppers.
Long live. That's
Already,
long live.
already, long live.
Yeah. I showed up in shout out to LAR movement. I showed up in his chat the other day, and when he saw my comment, that's long live the habitual line steppers. So to LAR movement, long live.
Long live.
Long live. Now,
Ye-
now,
Okay.
people need to long live behind me. Okay, everybody needs to be get behind my greatness. Because if we got to pick somebody out, it might as well be me. I'm just saying. No disrespect to all those who paved the way before me. I appreciate everybody who put that work in. But I'm here to work now. Y'all can stand down, okay?
Now check this out. This could be a parody, but he doing this way too slick. You know what I'm saying? This is riffing, but I don't hear no ums, no ahs. This nigga ain't hesitate. Nothing.
Well, I mean,
Free from the
I, I,
soul.
I got that from Charles Barkley. He said in the commercial, it was a commercial. Well, I don't know if it was a commercial or interview way back in the day, but he said it. He said something about it. If somebody got to be the greatest, it might well be me. So I'm just trying to be like Charles Barkley. But I'm saying if we gonna get behind one person, if we
That's
got to
her.
have a head nigga in charge, if it's only one, if we just got to make it one, I mean, it's people who've been around that's more deserving of that spot. But screw all that. Let's just make it me because I'm newer. Skip the people who've done all the work before I got here. Don't worry about that.
All right. When people say stuff like that, in in the spaces where I am, especially the space that I govern, kind of, then the little Highlander kind of comes out of me quite a bit. Like, this guy really thinks that he gonna come on my set and say that he's number one, and his brand of butter is best for putting on toast. Like, bro,
Like, nah, I got the parquet, huh?
yeah, I got the
Yeah.
Oh man. So, yeah, I wonder what. So what would y'all say it is that causes cats to not, what I'm saying, just want to add on as their chief perspective for engaging the space? Because okay, so let's say that those who have Highlander, what I'm saying, complexes. I don't know who it is, whatever. But let's say y'all know of some. Were is this a new thing with them, or is it something that has been persistent with their character?
I think it's I mean, I'm just guessing, just spitballing, but I think some of it. I mean, when it come down to it, I think a lot of it just ain't. You don't have enough self love. If you really want to go deep with it, there's not enough self love because to me, it's like that high school thing. And the reason I
Right.
say high school because high school is like people's real taste of status, like that first real taste of status. Because everybody came in from their little grammar schools. You had whatever type of reputation you had in grammar school. You could be a whole new person when you got to high school, but you wasn't so bogged down in work that you could pay a lot of attention to you know how people looked at you socially and you did certain things because of it. College, yeah, a little bit more to do. You know what I'm saying? If you're in college, you and then some people working hard because they on scholarship and things like that. But high school is where people really have more time to play with. So I think if you ain't love yourself enough and you never picked it up in from that high school level, I think when you get into a certain kind of space, you looking to be what you wasn't. Or for
Mm.
some folks, even if that might have been their peak and they want to get that peak again, you know, it's because some people high school is their peak.
Damn. So, I think there's a feedback or something. I don't know. Maybe loose
Yeah,
headphones. Is that me?
well,
It might it
everything's
might
clear
be.
on this end.
Yeah. Check your boy over there. You got the greatest Mike. Hands down by that Chicago wind.
Yeah, it's the whole jerking them. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm just saying if we just got to go there, somebody told me, I don't forget who told me first, but you can always get behind yourself if you just got, we're gonna talk about somebody being great. I'm just gonna nominate myself. Why not? You know,
Mhm.
because I was never first in line. I ain't the oldest. Like I said, I ain't the oldest one of my siblings. I ain't even the oldest boy. When it come to my cousin, I ain't nowhere near those. You know what I'm saying? I done missed out on being first in a lot of situations. So to me, it ain't that big a deal. But in competition, of course, you want to be first. You want to win at everything. The stuff I lost in, you know what I'm saying? Everyone who's played sports have. So my thing is, if you ain't gotten over that and learned to love yourself to a certain degree, you're still fighting to be the top dog. You know what I'm saying? My thing is I'm not saying that when it comes to like business or making money or something like that, sure, fight to be the top. But if you just gotta be the top when it comes to status, I mean, status don't pay no bills.
Yeah,
I don't get that. I
and
want you to like me more than you like him. I don't. Yeah, I ain't.
that's one of the reasons I've always dug martial arts, because the very first thing that you learn is that you have to learn you. You know what I'm saying? You think it has something to do with an opponent or whatever, but you can only engage the opponent in a triumphal matter by besting yourself first. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, okay, I got to learn what it means to put pressure. You know what I'm saying, on this toe and this motion, or put pressure on the palm with this type of strike or something. So you have to have self awareness to the highest, to a pretty high degree, if you wish to operate at a high frequency with it. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And I'm trying to climb and get to money. I don't make no bones about that. But one thing I have noticed in the world of entertainment, there's only so much you can do if you're trying to drag other people down.
Right.
So I don't get why nobody wants to do that in the first place. You know, um, I mean, you can have discussions, you can have different debates, but all that personal attacking people and all that, man, what I'm saying, like that's really not who is really truly known right now in America or in the world, and the main thing they did was attack other people. Who is that person?
50 Cent.
I mean, but does that have 50 Cent made his fame?
How to rob? You remember that joint?
No, I
I
mean,
robbed home without a gun, snatch his piece and run. This nigga 400 pounds. How you gonna catch me, son?
no, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying, but 50 Cent is known for being a rapper.
He's
Right,
known for a guy that got shot 9 times.
That too.
That's a selling point.
Yeah. So, but who's really made it because they dragged other people
yeah.
like that? Who's known and they're famous right now because they was just dragging other people?
I shit. Okay, this might be kind of hip hop still. What song would say Hove? You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, more known for rapping, but see, my thing is there's really nobody known for just dragging people.
Hey, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and just do this. Let's limit it down to this space. Let's put it in the context of this space. Okay, what guy has been able to been? I mean, and this might cause you to cause a name, so I'm not really looking for an answer to this one. who is really known in this space for dragging people all the time, and really was able to maintain and have staying power, and was able to stay fresh and fresh and new, and maintain a following.
Hmm.
I mean, my point is, if you're in the business of doing that, you are going to have to keep it up, because dragging people gets old. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, you got I mean you got to always search for discord. And eventually that becomes, you know what I'm saying, your sole focus. If that's the paradigm to which they operate. I mean, I got a name I can throw out there, but just from the couple of times that I've observed, you know what I'm saying, and went to his channel a couple of times, and it was like, all right, yeah, it kind of seemed consistent. I don't know if his channel grew, you know what I'm saying, since then. We'll say rabbit. You know what I mean? So why for you bury me in the cold ground? So, you know,
Charles 91771. I'm gonna have to. He does drag people, but his Hidden Color series really put him on top. And he's been out there for a long time. I mean, as far as like shock jock stuff, yeah, if I don't, I'm not saying that he failed because of that. Yeah, he's gotten to some skirmishes, but he does display intelligence as well. He probably could survive without dragging folks.
Well,
right.
I mean, some people just funny, so they do what they want to do, and then if you attack them or say something any kind towards their way, they'll just drag you too on top of what they already doing. But because I know that's kind of referring to Tariq, I believe. Tariq didn't make his mark because he was dragging people. You know what I'm saying? If that's all he was doing, we'd have never heard of him.
I don't
No,
know.
he made
Roger,
his mark. He made his mark dishing game.
Roger, do you think you may need to change the context of it? Because Cortez Smith, he put in the chat, Tommy. I think we know
Oh,
what Tommy
what?
he's referring to.
Oh, well, I mean, did he really make his mark dragging somebody, or he was talking about something that was that people can see as an epidemic?
Right. He didn't make his
Well,
mark dragging other channels.
exactly. He brought out something that was new and fresh because what Tommy talked about before anybody else wasn't really out there. Period. You know what I'm saying? Before he was doing it, did anybody do it? Because he was talking about a group of people, not a particular person. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? He wasn't trying to drag nobody famous or whatever the case is. His whole thing was like, we got this whole setup with this group of people, you know. So he just put out something that was actually fresh and new at the time. People
But
won't
let me
say
put it like
anything else.
this. But let me put it like this. Tommy wasn't doing like he would get into beefs with other content creators, but it wasn't like Tommy would make 5 videos on O'Shea, or he did have a famous beef with Tariq Nasheed, which the Vlad TV incident happened, and you know but Tariq was kind of going back and forth with him too. But that was a back and forth. We're basically talking about someone who just every broadcast it's another content creator that is possible, and then 9 times out of 10 is a content creator that's bigger than this person. I mean, like that. I mean, that can be good for a little while. I mean, you can last a little bit because of that. But in order to stay relevant, you're going to have to either get away from it for a little while or get away from it completely. It's like you're going to have to show some kind of other creative spark, or you ultimately your channel might fizzle out.
I mean,
Yeah,
with once they start feeding though, and depending on, you know what I'm saying, the level that the content creator is on, that they're continuously focused on, there is some, you know what I'm saying, some siphoning parasitic energy that they can, you know what I'm saying, get off that for a minute, you know what I'm saying, simply just by putting the name out there. Because look in your just basic YouTube algorithm, and you know what I'm saying, you put in, you know what I'm saying, KS's moniker and everything, and majority everything associated with him ain't gonna be with folks that's actually part of the Black manosphere. You know what I'm saying? They're critiquing from outside, and then you have those who are directly looking at the Black manosphere through, saying the introduction of, KS and everything. And you're going to get the negative critiques right off the bat, because I don't really think they're seeking to understand. If they can't take his delivery, and his delivery is the most, what I'm saying, mellowest delivery that you can get of red pillism. What I'm saying? How do you think they're going to feel actually diving into the deeper aspects of the rep? When they get into the 16-foot pool, what I'm talking about.
hmm and I was kind of saying that like these other people that's even outside the black manosphere, or anybody that's known, I didn't hear about them getting into a beef with somebody yet. That has happened with certain people. I never heard of anybody because of somebody's beef. I ain't never heard of them. When I first heard of Tariq Nasheed, it was because of stuff he was doing that had nothing to do with no beef with nobody else. When I
Right.
first heard of Tommy, it had nothing to do with no beef with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Samuels, nothing to do with no beef with somebody else. I ain't never heard of anybody because they were beefing with somebody else that I can actually even remember at this point. Not in just this space, but just in the world, period. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying beefs don't happen between certain people, but I've never heard of a person because he was beefing with somebody else. If somebody tell me you know what I'm saying, it's a dude who's big and with a reputation, it's some little nigga saying his name, I ain't never paid attention to a little nigga.
Right.
And I'm just keeping it real. You got to get your weight up to a certain degree for people to take you seriously, and that's whatever you're doing. Looks like Cannabis beef with LL Cool J. I knew who Cannabis was. I like Cannabis because I knew the dude could actually rhyme. But to a nigga who didn't know who he was, and then he found out he was beefing with LL Cool J, you think that person took him seriously? Not at all.
I mean, if you kept an open mind and actually listened to the song, Cannabis did give a great attempt, but he wasn't gonna usurp LL Cool J. That wasn't gonna happen at the time. LL Cool J is one of the greatest diss rappers to ever live.
Yeah, he lost that battle. Come on, y'all. We talking.
Oh,
We
he
talking.
did.
We
You
talking
say,
MCism. You feel me? Come on, cuz.
I mean,
He,
like
he lost that.
you saying
Wait a
he
minute.
lost
Who
to
lost what?
Cannabis?
Who lost
You
what?
saying he lost to Cannabis?
Hell yeah, he lost that battle. Shit, Cannabis ate his ass up. You know what
On
I'm saying?
second
Come
round
on.
knockout?
You
Yes.
goddamn right. He ate
Oh,
that.
okay. So you didn't hear the response to second round knockout, huh?
Look, man. Look. That it was done. Look, he ethered homie with that one, dog. In that regard to that battle, bro.
I mean, everybody has the right to their opinion, but I remember when I bought DMX album when DMX first came out, and then I saw this extra limited edition CD, and then I heard LL come back at Cannabis after that, and I remember us talking about that for the longest time. Like, can you believe what this nigga said?
Nah,
Not only did
nah.
he get Cannabis, he got Mike too, and Wyclef just for helping him.
Sorry, can't do it. Can't look because the thing is, Cannabis opened up with the nail in the coffin. He opened up with the nail in the coffin, and called him out on his whole career within his first line. You study
Well,
my rhyme, and then you write your vocals after mine. That's a bitch move, something that every rapper would do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, come on. He called him out right there, and he actually did that. He listened to his shit, and then he wrote something, on some. Hey, I'm the Highlander shit. You know
hey,
what I'm saying? LL tried to pull the Highlander shit, and you know what I'm saying? Cannabis sword was swifter.
hey, I granted that Cannabis probably came at probably been one of his better battles. I will grant you that. But as they say, you got to be ready for war. He should have listened to Tupac. You know what I'm saying? And don't go to war unless you got your money right. And Cannabis did not have his money right. But I'm just saying though, for a person who never heard of Cannabis, and then all of a sudden you hear he into it with LL Cool J, how much respect are you gonna give Cannabis? Because you look like a nigga trying to take down a person who's a somebody.
Well,
So
if
to
you
me,
if you don't know who he is, then okay, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't really grant him, much attention. But the fact that we're talking MCing, you know what I'm saying, that GOAT shit don't mean nothing when it comes to MCing, dog. It's all about your bars. And
oh
if
no,
your
true.
yeah, I mean, if
I
your if
get
your
that, but I'm
bars
just
ain't
saying,
on, If your bars ain't on, then that's just how it go. You know what I'm saying? Now his shit's supposed to be better because the older you get, the better your pen get. But I mean, you got some young cats out there who hungry as hell and they know they craft. And you know what I'm saying? Cannabis was already ripping it before they even got in they shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why he asked him to be on there. And he like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Damn, Shorty came with some shit.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But I'm just saying because outside the world of rap, if I hear a nigga talking about another nigga who's known, you sound like a hater to me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now who's not a hater, Sir Anthony. Thank you for the cash app. I really appreciate it.
Respect.
Yeah, Sir Anthony, good people. I ain't heard him battle rap, but he good people.
I never
Yeah.
got into battle rap. I could spit. I never got into battle rapping because it's I don't know. I can't just go back and forth. Like back in the day, battle rap, you was actually battling. You wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It was like this shit. Now it's crazy what they let motherfuckers say to them. I'm like, oh nah, dog, nah. That's. I think that's too strong lesson for objectivity. Too
Well,
strong lesson.
it ain't for everybody. It
No,
definitely
it
ain't for
ain't.
everybody.
No,
But
sir.
but but when they come back to this Highlander complex, my thing is like, you know, I don't get why people don't understand that if you work together, everybody make more money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's people can get in beefs and all that, but is it really gonna translate into dollars? You know what I'm saying? Now working together translates to dollars. It always has, and I'm pretty sure it always will.
But it's a different kind of currency that they're seeking. You know what I'm saying? They want that attention currency. Or real talk. That's what they're looking for because the fact that they'll, become someone who goes searching for Discord and that doesn't, you know what I'm saying, affect them to take a look at their character like, oh, is there something wrong with this? You know what I'm saying? Like why can't you build with the person who you're, you know what I'm saying, seeking to bring down every show or something like that? You know what I'm saying? Why can't you work with them? What is it about what they're presenting on that platform that makes you think that it's against you? And it's like, and you realize that, all right, well, it's not against you. It's just like you said, they got there first. And and the whole thing is he didn't even place himself there first. You know what I'm saying? He was doing this thing, you know what I'm saying, doing well, get this growth, how you getting it. And then it's like, all right, you catch a wave, man. It shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens. And heavy is the head that wear the crown. And if the person already got it, well, you can't snatch it off of them. Be like, nah, I should have this. All right. Well, one, you wasn't chosen, and two, you ain't earned the motherfucker yet. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? I'm not saying
Exactly.
your potential ain't there, but I mean, god damn, you know what I'm saying? Don't hate the player, hate the motherfucking game.
Yeah. And Sir Anthony, I think you straight, man. I think you straight. You ain't got to worry about it. You ain't got to worry about it. I was laughing earlier with something he said in the comments, but yeah, but my thing is like, okay, you like just from my perspective, you know what I'm saying? I came in to the Black Manosphere. I credit Edward for letting us kind of know about what the Black Manosphere was and all that, because he was the first person really even talk to us about it and even discuss it with us and things. But the habitual line steppers, we got together and decided we was gonna be a team before we even started, before we even had the concept of what the Black Manosphere was and all that good stuff. So
Right.
my thing was like, man, we already on some let's work together so we can all help each other and we can all make more money, you know what I'm saying, on top of the whole situation. So to find out about the Black Manosphere, to me, I'm gonna take more of the same attitude. It's gonna be better off that we work together rather than beefing with each other over silly stuff, you know. Because at the end of the day, we all just people. We just regular folk. We're not celebrities. You can get a certain level of YouTube famous, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But how many subs do you need to have to be an actual celebrity? We not that yet. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm
Yeah.
not saying we won't get there at some point, but we're not there yet. Ain't none of us got a million subs. So what's the point in trying to take shots at each other and try to stop somebody? Because that's really what people doing. I'm gonna try to get people to stop listening to you. For
Right.
what?
And then
What
and then I
purpose are
and
you
then I'm
serving?
and then I'm gonna usurp you for the deliverer of the ideology. The same fucking ideology. That's like that's like
Mm-hmm.
that's like one that's like one that's like you got two churches and one preacher going over to knock out the other preacher on the other side of the corner, and then you know what I'm saying preach his sermon in that church. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wait a minute. Are both y'all Christian church? Yeah, y'all got the same book? Yeah. Hey, leave each other the fuck alone and build. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, how else you gonna get mega? Fuck out of here.
And you know what? And I seen this as it's a great opportunity because now, yeah, we came around when streaming kind of started taking off.
Right.
Okay, so I wasn't here before all that. But my thing is like when it comes to streaming and doing panels, working with people is a great way for you to, you know what I'm saying, for you. I mean, they called it the chilling circuit back in the day when when music acts went to certain places and performed because they couldn't necessarily perform where the white folks performed at and all that. So
Right.
like the way that you can gain exposure by coming on somebody else's platform, like that's a beautiful thing if you ask me. Why would you want to take a power like that and desecrate it? It just don't make sense to me. You know, to go on somebody's panel and then start beefing with that particular person, or to start throwing shots at somebody else who got
Right.
a channel too, just because y'all disagreed on some. Like everybody is not going to agree on the same thing. It's just not going to happen, and you're not going to catch everybody at the same stage in life. That's not going to happen either. So you know, I ain't trying to get famous for beefing. I'd rather get famous for something else because something else pays a lot more money.
Don't beef.
Yeah.
And
I'm
it's,
just
and
saying.
it's longevity in it too.
I'm just saying. Don't beef because it's like this. I have the attitude like this. If you decide you want to beef, it number one is going to be your beef and not mine. Number two, you are going to lose. I mean,
Right.
it doesn't. It's not going to take any amount of money. It's not going to take any amount of physical strength. You are going to do it to yourself. Like it's going to be so smooth. It's going to be like a Jedi mind trick. So my thing is to be productive for both sides. Go ahead and concentrate on building your brand instead of trying to fuck with mine. you know, that's just, and it doesn't. It's not going to help with me trying to provoke or stir up a hornet's nest myself. So it's like I am very conscious of my part in the in whatever skirmish takes place. But I'm just saying it's healthy for all parties involved if we don't get into beefs in the first place just because somebody wants to feel like an alpha or something like that, you know?
Yeah, my thing is I can't see why folks can't look to see what the parallels are. You know what I'm saying? Or how about this? That's one of the things that I learned how to do. You know, let's look and see what the parallels are. Even if you disagree with, you know what I'm saying, 70% of whatever you hear, all right, let's focus on that 30 that you don't disagree with. You know what I'm saying? Because they might be presenting something that you agree with in a perspective that's a little bit more enriching than what, you know what I'm saying, than you rocking with it. Next thing you know what I'm saying, your shit just been fertilized, pardon the pun. You feel me? So and that's growth all across the board with that. I don't know. I think humility is everybody don't go through it the same way. You know what I'm saying?
But that's why I think it has something to do with how you look at yourself. Because see,
Yeah.
I look at myself, and I used to tell people all the time, and it was more of a joking way, because it was way before I was on dealing with anything with social media, anything like that. You know, people talk about somebody was hating on you. And I should say, I used to say all the time, well, I mean, if I wasn't me, I'd probably be hating on me too. That's just how I look at it. Like it's still somewhat of a compliment because you think I'm so great that you have to give energy toward me, and I'm not even paying attention to you like that. So I just take it as you see me as great. I don't have to be great, but you do see me as great. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Right.
and and you allowed to see me as that great in your own mind. You are allowed to do that, whether I do something great or not. You can see me as great as you want, you know. Or like people say, well, you are people said you a know it all. You think you know everything. I've never said that. That's just what you believe about me. Now me,
Yeah.
I tend to shut up about subjects I don't know nothing about. So maybe you see me as that way because I'm not finna be out here trying to act like I know a bunch of stuff I don't know. I'm a person that I'd rather just be quiet when we talk about something I don't know or ask questions if it's something that's intriguing to me. But I ain't got to act like I know everything to make nobody feel any way about me. So, my thing is if you got a problem with me, it's cool. I respect that. And if you have to have a problem with somebody because you view them as being that great, heck, why not make it me?
Facts.
You know, it's
In
so many
other
other
words, in other words, we don't give a fuck over here. You know,
it,
we we
my
we
thing.
we, we welcome it.
Well, my thing is, it's so many other people that have accomplished so much more than me. To take your time out to hate on me don't make sense. But like I say, I grew up in the town. I didn't see Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? As I grew up, I remember Bill Gates becoming the richest man on earth with $79 billion. I ain't even got the first billion yet. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
People.
he from Chicago.
No, it was just that was just stuff I seen that was going on about people accomplishing great things. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I've known people I've known people who've been written about in books. I've known people who's been able to start businesses and flourish and things like that. Like I know people who've accomplished so much great things. For somebody to take time to hate on me with all the other stuff I done seen people do that I have not have yet to do, I don't get it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But that's the same thing I see about anybody like attacking somebody in the black manosphere or whatever. Like, what did that dude do that was so great that you really wanted to hate on him? What did he do? Now, I'm not saying we don't have great people around here because we do got some great folks. We got some PhDs around here. We got some very wise people around here and things like that. But what did these people do to cause you to hate on?
Right.
Yeah, they got their bitch took, like Donnie be doing. Donnie
Yeah,
Donnie took your bitch. You know,
You ain't
I'm
shit
gonna
for
that's
put
what
that,
my
Donnie.
somebody
I
else
got
said.
I gotta give him a reason to get mad.
All right, but let me, yeah, but speaking of that, I think a lot of the Highlander complex comes from and I said this to Roger earlier. We were talking, the battle for the heart and soul and loyalty of Black women. Any way, by any means necessary, any way they can. Did when I said I was going to touch on this earlier, as far as the female aspect of this, trying to impress females, trying to simp for females, trying to lie on other dudes or paint this horrible picture of them just to get some recognition from the females, pretending that there are very few black men that love black women, or you're like one of the last ones. So please pay me attention. Please give me some hugs and stuff. Give me the validation that I
Mm.
tried to seek when I was committing crimes that I got inside of a prison cell with a cellmate named Big Dookie instead of some soft female on the outside. Now I got to do it on the internet. That kind of nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it's yeah. So yeah, that kind of thing. Shout out to Zero. But
Peace, peace.
this whole, just trying to make sure that he looks the best to the females when you can't control these bitches like I'm sorry, control these women like that for real. You can't. You're never going to be able to get them 100%. It's some guys can, depending on their level of quote unquote game or whatever. But
Yeah.
I mean, no,
A
no, no, no,
hundred,
no. They
a
claim
hundred
no,
percent.
no, they ain't gonna get 100. They ain't gonna get 100.
The
They ain't gonna
the
get.
only
They
man getting
they're not
hundred
gonna
percent
get.
out of his woman is a pimp.
They ain't gonna get Frieza's persistence out of a woman. Not in 2021.
That's it.
100% of my part. No. No.
And
But
pimps are sadly obsolete. You know what I'm saying right now.
that's some
Nah,
loose. That's some Lucy shit right there,
you know
man.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, but for what they can excel in, a lot of these brothers, instead of just using them on their own strength alone, they do anything they can to impress these females. Like,
Jeez.
even if they got to use low down, underhanded, dubious tactics. Like, I shut a simp up one time. I just set him up by saying this: "You're just mad because they're on my post commenting in anger and rage instead of kissing your ass on a post. Like, every time you make one of those kiss ass posts, you get about 5 or 6 comments from the same bitter, overweight broads that usually come on posts calling niggas bitches and stuff, instead of me, who's able to get some women that agree and some women that are cursing me out. I'm getting attention and you're not.
Got a good ratio. You
You're
know
you're
what I'm
you're upset and triggered because of that. And you know what? A couple days later on the post, saw a guy like a couple days later on another post, saw him. Well, they be giving attention to these guys, these old bitch ass niggas who be damn saying stuff just to get a rise. I mean, yeah, I knew that was it. These guys want to seem like they're the greatest thing smoking with all that goddamn simping to these women. If the women who hate black men like me, I'm better than you.
saying? Right.
You know, that's the concept, and it's so pathetic. It's so pathetic, and I've always known what this was. It ain't because you love women. I love black women. They called me a simp, and you got some weirdos out there like that. But for the most part, I mean that's a lot of what it is.
Okay, but hold up. And in that love, where is the mirror? That's what I want to know is what is the average time that what I'm saying the simping cats or those of you who like the pill de azul, what I'm saying, how many times y'all throwing the mirror up to these chicks that you're engaging, or are you just what I'm saying receiving unnecessary brain beatings? You know what I'm saying? When they want to act on that social conditioning and shit. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody beat my ears up like that. Fuck out of here. And it don't give a fuck how fine she is or whatever. No. Bitch, you can get ugly in a car accident. And so, you know what I'm saying? Then what? I don't
Man,
mean
you
nothing.
you can get you can still get a Big Mac combo with the modifications that you like light lettuce, and she'll bring it right to you. And I mean, without all that simping, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then sometimes you don't even have to ask for it. You know
Right. Right.
what's going on, Donnie? What's going on? See you in there moving around.
Yeah, my woman that came in and attacked me. Some bullshit.
You must have had this shit on speaker.
Help. I ain't get yeah. That's right. I'm telling the manosphere.
That's some black love right there.
Hey, Donnie.
Yeah.
Describe what you believe is a Highlander archetype. I know you've seen them in this space. I mean, it's without saying any names, describe an archetype. I mean, I see a couple of them on right now. You have the
Well,
su- you have the super simp that believes the existence of sperm is detrimental to his mentality, and you got the other guy who is he's the size of a foothill trying to stand on top of a mountain. So just and I don't say these things just for no reason. It's because it's like it's like it's like the I hate to use an analogy with a primate, but it's like monkeys flinging poo. But the guys outside the cage has got ultra instinct, so ain't nobody, ain't nothing hitting you and shit. Just man, what's that? you know, I mean, it's like that. And these guys, I mean, they have the same kind of resolve. They feel like what they are saying is the best thing. Smoke. Not, I mean, it's a difference between having confidence and like the need to tear everybody down in order to establish your position.
Right.
I mean, you know, there are guys like that are in this space, and this is reflective of real life too. So everybody that says it's just social media, honestly, you're under a rock. Somebody's gonna take some influence from some type of media, like the people who take their information from the media, the mainstream media. You know, those are the kind of people that usually vote Democrat, usually talk about things that don't really apply to real life. Like somehow there's racism against a group other than blacks, you know, which they are trying to push right now
Yeah.
in the media, and people
Oh,
actually are starting to believe that shit. And
all
They
out of
don't
the
have a
blue
choice.
now. All out of the blue.
all out the blue, this is a problem. Like people don't fucking think. Yeah, but yeah, yeah. Those are the kind of guys, the super simp and I was about to slip, the really heated person that is so mad at everyone that is always a need to lash out from the.
He's heated and so mad.
I'm so mad, dude. Why are you?
And it's
I
feeling.
mean, we cool. I don't like always treating a person cool, and then there's a little slight disagreement, and then all of a sudden, is all of a sudden I have to go find the sword because you're trying to do that. There can be only one with me, you know. I mean, and it is just a little bit of information for anyone out there, La La Land. I fight dirty. I don't fight fair. I don't believe that street fights are fair. I wouldn't believe that. I believe keeping my neck. I don't care about fighting fair in that either. But this is all metaphoric. That I don't know how to use a fucking sword. But stop trying to come on broadcast and stop trying to shout from your channel like you feel like people got to grab swords and shit.
Well, that is the definition of the Highlander, right? So if you remember the movie The Highlander, this was a battle for supremacy because there could only be one man left to live. And in that kind of situation, people get in defensive modes. Now, I don't know, typically when you get in fights with people, what do you always have? You have the nigga who don't really say nothing. He ready to scrap with you, right? And then you have the nigga that's the loudest motherfucker in the room and the last person to throw a punch in a fight. I'm not gonna say which is which or who is who or anything like that, but you have that dynamic all over YouTube, and there's a lot of niggas all over YouTube who are in that I am the loudest nigga in the room dynamic. I'll fight you. I'll do this, but wouldn't bust a grape in real life. But they want you to follow. They want you to be behind them. They want you to be a general in their army because they must be the chosen one. And at this point, the shit's getting sad and pathetic because you can't build a community where you have a whole bunch of niggas who want to be the Indian chief or the Highlander. It just don't work.
Yeah, there are plenty of sayings for this kind of thing, like too many cooks in the soup, too many chiefs, not enough Indians,
Too many
and
David Ruffins in the group.
yeah,
Too
ain't
many
nobody
damn
coming
Eddie
to you,
Kanes.
Otis.
Eddie Kane.
Yeah, and it's always served to the detriment of whatever the purpose is. So what good is it? And then a lot of these dudes act like, oh, if I can't have it, nobody can. You know
So
what I'm
okay,
saying?
okay, but the thing is, okay, so the fact that those type of cats also get support though. So how would you how would you guard against that? Because the whole thing is, it's not them, So let's say it was just them, and what I'm saying, they're trying to sow discord or whatever simply because they want to be the one pushing ideology or whatever. But the fact that they get support is, I think, is a really really huge issue that put that because that's going to fuel that Highlander complex.
Crackheads get support. You know what I mean? But you know that don't make the shit right. You understand?
Oh. All right, yeah, okay, yeah, all right.
You know what I'm saying? That don't make the shit right. You know what I'm saying? Like this, it's always gonna be some followers with enough time, effort, and energy. A crackhead could be walking around like he was Jesus Christ, nigga. I will lead you to the crack rock, nigga. Y'all just gotta follow me, and motherfuckers will start following because he know where the plug is at. He know where to get that good rock. Motherfuckers will follow him, and that's just kind of what it is. Sometimes, people put themselves in the right time, right position, and they can have a following. That don't make the shit that you do right. I'd rather be the right nigga with nobody behind him than the wrong nigga with 100 people behind him.
Yeah, like Immortal Technique said, you can have saying 100 millions following the dumb fuck. That means 100 million one dumb fucks. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, anybody get a following. I mean, it's there has to be a degree of planning that goes along with that. I mean, but there's a bunch of dumb motherfuckers getting validation out here.
Yeah,
Which is for me sad to say normal. I mean, but it's a lot of intelligent, talented people getting validation as well. But for some reason, a lot of the talented people are getting smoke from a lot of the dumb ones.
right.
And
Like,
go ahead.
prime example, it's a YouTuber with like 19, 20,000 subscribers at this point, right? If you go check his channel, reality kind of sits in because he's somehow got 20,000 subscribers. But if he was to do a live show like this, how many people would you, if you had 20,000 subscribers, right, Rogish? How many people would you expect to tune into your live feed
For
on a
20,
popular time slot?
20K popular time slot, probably about about 2 to 3K.
This nigga at any given time could have 5 or 6 people.
Wow. Wow.
Is literally what happens, and the reason why we speak on this, I wouldn't speak on any I wouldn't speak on it even if I didn't like you. I wouldn't speak on it if I didn't feel like you deserve it. Yeah, got 19, 20K, 5, 10, 15 people watch. I mean, it's like if I had 20K and I only could get 5 or 10 people to watch, it means that either I'm super inconsistent or I super suck, or
Well,
both.
yeah, that nigga in particular is super inconsistent. One minute he'll tell you, he's pro Trump, then the next day he'll be pro Biden, and then he'll flip flop in between and all kind of variation on it. And he kind of plays to whoever is maybe on the panel, sometimes the audience. He tells you what you want to hear. So you may go over there and subscribe, but the moment you start listening to his platform, you're like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? Yesterday you said some other shit. Not even yesterday, nigga. 30 minutes ago in the broadcast, you said some other shit. Nigga, make up your mind. You seem confused, right? If you take a stroll down the manosphere, you have niggas in here. I've watched niggas on the manosphere tell fantastical stories, and they do it to seem more of a leader, right? Or more of somebody that you should pay attention to. Like I watched a nigga tell mythical stories about how he was the most gangsterest nigga that there ever was, and the way he presented and talked and did everything else. Meanwhile, I can look at this nigga and tell like he's a little nigga with like who's basically a nerd. Like, so I'm supposed to believe you was out in the streets really moving and doing some extra shit. Meanwhile, it looks like you put in 100 hours on Zelda. Nah, nigga, I'm cool on this story, nigga. Nigga, did you? Oh, you put all this time in video games in while you was on house arrest. That makes sense. Oh, okay, got you. Okay.
You ain't got all them hearts on your face. You got them hearts on your back, man.
I got some hearts on my save file,
You
nigga.
know what I'm talking about? 30 of them, cuz what?
And I mean, like,
And
you
in
know, some.
Pokemon.
I mean,
Okay. So question. All right, let's say that the cat, you know what I'm saying, present, you know what I'm saying, that gangster shit. How long do you think a fake cat presenting that will have to present it before it get a sizable amount of a following? And then it gets kind of planted. They get kind of self-programmed behind, you know what I'm saying, this character that they created. So where that's what they're projecting now.
So it's a quote, and I can't quite think of who the quote is from, but it essentially says if you give a fool a uniform form, he will follow you forever, right?
Right.
You kind of draft him into your army. And you know, motherfuckers do shit like that. They kind of put you make them feel like they are a part of your group or your clan by giving them honorary titles, and then they start following you around. And you got to think, if you are a cornball nigga who is pretending to be a gangster nigga, and you're talking to a bunch of cornball niggas who don't even know the first thing about gangster niggas, you got to sound credible as fuck, right?
Okay, but okay. So what aspect of gangsterism does he claim to be within? Because it's not just one. You ain't just a gangster, and then that's it.
Nigga's the ultimate guy. I've seen a couple niggas, right? But
Right.
I've like if off tops in the middle of my head, I'm seeing three niggas, right? And these three niggas, one of them is the most gangsterous nigga that has ever lived. Like this nigga, the way this nigga talks, he's done everything under the sun. Like this nigga sold a couple bitches. He done robbed niggas. He done shot niggas. He might have been planted some jewelry heist, nigga. He might have ran the boat spot. Like this nigga sounds like he is the most gangsterous nigga I've ever seen. Like
Ocean's
and
2
you know, I
within
know
the bitch, right?
motherfucker didn't had a hard head in his life. So nigga, I can immediately be like, nah, nigga, this don't seem right. But the nigga doesn't quite know. And I know this because I can look at the comments and motherfuckers is in there like, yeah, you right. But them the same niggas that was getting shoved in lockers in high school. So you niggas don't know. And then the other silly shit, like I seen the other nigga. It was this nigga. This nigga had to be like damn near 50 years old. He was talking like, yeah, you know, I'm a gangster nigga. You know, I'm a street nigga. Yeah, I'm moving. And this is what we do. Meanwhile, he pushing rap. How old do you have to be to realize that rap is not for you? If you ain't been signed, you ain't got an album, how old do you have to be to realize, you know what? Maybe rap isn't for me.
Well, I ain't gonna say that because the thing is, we was doing this shit before motherfuckers making money with it. You feel me? So, but in the aspect of him putting gangsterism within his spit at 50, yeah, that's a crock. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wait, hold up.
I seen a picture of this nigga. He had to be, I think the nigga like 48, 46. The nigga had a picture up of him with him in a do-rag, a big ass t-shirt, and a pistol.
Ah, man, that's sad. That's hella sad. Because the thing, okay, this is one thing I hate with the whole aspect of trying to be the big man through gangsterism. For some reason, people let it get planted in their head that gangsterism was the turf war. It is primarily the turf war aspect of old style gangsterism. You know what I'm saying? Gangsterism is business. You know what I'm saying? Look, gangsterism is business. It's supposed to be more mafia than it is gangster. It's supposed to be more mafia. It's supposed to be more business. And if you're doing business well outside of the law, ain't nobody gonna be able to tell that you outside of the law.
one of the coldest niggas that ever really did it, Freeway Ricky Ross. Do you think this nigga was walking around telling motherfuckers he was the hardest nigga in the streets? Do you think that this nigga even presented as, yeah, nigga, check these teardrops I got, nigga. Nigga, you look at the nigga now. You look at the nigga now.
That's intimidation. That's what that is.
Right. But yeah, niggas is playing hard on TV. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then a nigga get up to check them and change the channel. They all of a sudden on Sesame Street, nigga. We can't be friends.
Gangsterism. Look, can't nobody be claiming that shit no more after 2020. All that shit was knocked
Nigga,
out. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
motherfuckers be on these East streets acting real gangster. I seen a nigga say some shit like, I'm not even gonna bring it up, but yeah, I see some cornball shit, and it's funny because I've seen it. Like Kev can tell you, like even on Facebook, it's motherfuckers who talk crazy on Facebook, and I just happen to be in the vicinity, so I'm like, all right, fuck it, let me come and see what you talking about. And I get there,
exactly.
and all of a sudden, niggas is on mute. They on ghost. Where you at, nigga? Nigga was talking about, I'm gonna kill you. You show up, I'm gonna kill you. All right, cool, nigga. I'll be there at 2, nigga. I show up at 2. This nigga's nowhere to be found. Knock on the door. Come to find out, this nigga live with his mom.
You know
Man,
what?
they literally be on the damn platform talking about some man. When you woke up this morning, did you think that about 6 o'clock that your ass is about to be dead?
Oh shit!
You know you fucked up, don't you?
You
You know, you know you done fucked up, don't you?
But you know, people who do that, well, guys who do that, the intent is to intimidate you some kind of way to get inside your head to make
Yeah.
you think that they're actually going to do something. They don't anticipate that you are with the shits, so and you would actually follow through. So
Mike
they'll say,
Tyson said it best. Everybody got a plan till they get
They
punched in the
punched in the
motherfucking
mouth.
mouth.
That's what
"Nah,
that shakes everything, and even shit, martial artists, shit. That's why you spar, shit. You better get used to, you know what I'm saying, kissing them knuckles here and there, and then that was a episode. I'm gonna go anime with this of Naruto's son and shit, and some people was fighting one of the kings of it, and they were fighting in an aspect to not be cut. He could tell that they were dodging a little bit too much. And he asked her, he's like, "Oh, are you afraid to get cut?" She said, "You're a fool. Who want to get cut up and chopped up by a sword and scar?" He said, "Well, if you're afraid to get cut," he said in the most gentle voice, "Well, if you're afraid to get cut, then you'll never learn to sever bone." Nah, that's some gangster shit. You know what I'm talking about? And he was all cut up, bleeding and shit. Like, yeah, but wait a minute, bitch, I'm gonna give you a lesson while we having this motherfucker fight. You want to learn how to suffer bone? You better, you know what I'm saying, take a buck 50 on the shoulder or something.
Said niggas with that smoke. But yeah, nah, I don't think a lot of these niggas be talking real tough and screaming, yeah, nigga, you don't know, nigga. Like, it was a nigga kid. Oh man, this I was listening to me and my girl was listening to this nigga. I think it was this morning. It was some of the funniest shit I've heard in a minute. This nigga was screaming on his podcast or on his channel. Yeah, nigga, do you know what it's like to cry in front of your girl, nigga?
Oh shit. Okay.
Have you cried, nigga? Have you ever cried in front of your girl, nigga? So she can see you real, get up and stand like a man.
man,
What you know about tears, nigga? What you know about running down your face, nigga, and having to get a Kleenex, nigga? Let it out.
Wow.
a Kleenex." Gangster with that shit. He was gangster with that shit.
Hey, I guess so. I guess gangster is a delivery now. It's a method of oration. That's
That motherfucker Donnie dropped off the scene like Boruto. Oh, there he is. Back on the scene like Boruto. Like,
Nigga, I had to get up and cry, nigga. I had to let it flow, nigga. I didn't want y'all to think I was less of a man, but nigga, I realized mid-tier. Yeah.
hey,
That's how you know you got a good ass one when you was a kid. You hit that stutter.
oh, cuz for real. You know what I'm saying? Trying to rub your back and massage it at the same time.
I
Hey,
can't
y'all.
wait till
Hey.
my kid fuck up. Oh, he
Yep.
got study up. I whoop his ass well, and that nigga. Woo.
I'm gonna get that experience.
All right, y'all. We got Sir Anthony up here. What's going on?
Peace, peace.
Salute, brothers. Long live the individual line steppers.
Long live, sir.
Respect.
What's going on? You got the floor.
Well, I mean, I just want to get up here and chop it up real quick. You know what I mean? There's a few things I want to say, but I just say it's an honor to be on here with you, Rogish, and Brother Donnie.
Respect.
So Donnie, what did your girl think when she heard this content creator just yelling over the internet?
She looked at me like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" I was like, "I really don't know." I said maybe child support or something. We had to run it back a couple times to figure out what he was talking about. And to be honest with you, I still don't quite know what the fuck he was talking about because he was like, "You ever woke up with a suicide text, nigga?" What? The fuck? All we could do was look at each other and try to figure out why this nigga was having a mental breakdown on air.
Oh
Now,
wow!
was he like formally incarcerated or something?
That's what I don't know. It sounded like the nigga's manhood was taken at some point, and he was going through the therapy to let it out. He's like, "Yeah, nigga. So what if a nigga poke you in your booty hole, nigga? Yeah, nigga. As long as you didn't like that shit, nigga, you still a man."
So what? So what if you let another grown man braid your hair, man? You was in the cell. You ain't had nobody else do it.
That's the episode on Boondocks with what was the name? Pause or whatever. Oh, that was hilarious.
Oh, all right. But
a show of hands, how many in here has ever raped a motherfucker?
man,
You know what that is? That's 100% nigga.
Nigga, you not a real man until you sing a duet with R. Kelly in the cell, nigga. What? Yeah, nigga, I was singing Sparkle's part, nigga. But yeah, nigga, that's because I had the falsetto in my voice, nigga. Nigga,
shit.
what, nigga?
Oh, shit.
Nigga, you don't know about that song, nigga. Busted because you lied. I'm done.
You motherfucker. Now I want to drink and it's too late to go get one. Shit.
Shit. Oh, wait a minute. I see a bottle. I got a little swig.
You motherfucker. Yeah, rub it in.
Uncle Nearest. What's going on, Uncle Nearest?
They got the good shit.
All right, fellas. The subject is Highlander Complex amongst black men. The need to be the top dog, the big guy, the number one, the one that is admired, the one that quote unquote gets all the bitches. That guy, and they feel like that there can't be two or three like that in existence. There can be only one. Like all these Christopher Lambert ass niggas around here, Sean Connery ass niggas,
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you need to cry more.
Yeah,
be on top.
Man. Shit, man. Speak to that little boy inside of you, Tell that little boy to come out the closet. And I'm not talking about in a sexual way.
Right. Right. Learn to love the young you.
Let me ask you, brothers. See, in real life, I never really experienced any of this until I get into this space. Then it's like in my face, and I'm seeing the problems that it causes. So, am I like the only one that's like that, or what?
What it is it boils down to is niggas in this space don't have a legitimate fear of getting punched in the mouth.
That's a big point. That's a big point right there.
Everybody can be Superman running their damn mouth, depending on what your level of gab is. And that's no pun intended. There's a creator named Gab. That's everybody know who Gab is. Well, some people know who Gab is. But that's not any dig at him. But it depends. I'm speaking in the context of gift of Gab.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it depending on whether your level of Gab is? Anybody can be Superman. You know, some people try to be the Incredible Hulk, which doesn't translate very well when you try to talk. You know,
Right.
it's like, God damn it, fuck you. You know, that's very disruptive, and it does nothing but make you look like an idiot, and people need to be laughing at you. I mean, you can't hear the chat talk. Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, so
So have you heard cats express such sentiment with a topic? Okay, so I keep it real. I kind of, you know what I'm saying, got there with one time on Bernard Riley's channel around the time when the whole Amar Arbery thing was going on. And it was cats on there, you know what I'm saying, defending them pilgrims, like, oh, well, this is the law. And if they were within the law, they were within their rights. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you motherfucker, you know what I mean? Like, shit like that,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Set a nigga volcano off. And, you know what I'm saying? I actually wrote a song about it. Like, here you go. You know what I'm saying? I wrote a song about it and put that shit on my fucking channel. And it was serious than a motherfucker. Because when shit get to that level, then I mean, all right, the soldiers start popping up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, wait, hold up, y'all. This is finna get rationalized to a degree. So yeah, I can blow up. I can blow up at you motherfuckers. I mean, every motherfucking word. And if I see any of you motherfuckers, and we have some shit in with this, unless that still is on, fuck it, we boxing. And
But see, that's your genuine conversation, and that would have happened in reality had you been at the barbershop, whatever the situation was, and some
facts.
motherfucker said some ignorant shit to you, it would have got to that point, right? But it be niggas on here who are the hardest nigga in the world online. They start on here, yeah, nigga, yeah. And then
Yeah.
you meet them in real life, they be like, hey, yeah, no, my name's David. No, I don't want to have a conversation. We can handle this civilly.
It'll be them niggas like, man, you know what? That's just for the show, man. But in real life, we cool as fuck, man. I'm like, man, you
Nah.
get your ass out of here. I hate everybody.
Yeah.
Real life and goddamn social media, man. If I meet you in the street, it's gonna be fuck you. It's like people I know in real life that I'm cool with. I don't even want to see them motherfuckers in Walmart. For real. I'd be like, hey, goddamn. Like, I'm trying to get out of here, man.
Mhm.
Like, I want to explain why I smell like this. Stop that stuff. I mean, get out of here, man. Go with your family. You know?
I've seen niggas get on these platforms with the name shit like Goon Killer, Thugnificent, like shit. You be like, oh nigga, this nigga kind of hard, nigga. Like, yeah, right, or Black Rider, or some shit like that, right? And then they'll have a white woman come in there and be like, hey nigga, I gotta go to work in the morning. You gotta take it down a notch. You gotta take it down a notch. do you want me to keep paying this internet? You I'm gonna need to take it down a notch. So that tell you everything you need to know about these content creators, nigga.
Right.
I don't underestimate the power of a content creator. You know, I mean, some people about that life for real. Sometimes these spaces be a departure from that shit. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like Zero. He said like 90% of the conversations in this section can't happen in real life, but that's also the fucking point. So the conversations can happen. Yeah, you can't bring these to the dinner table. I mean, you know, unless you want eye rolls and this dude crazy, and you know you want to be dismissed and triggered by it. Because me personally, I don't like being dismissed. Like, oh man, like what the fuck? Like, I bring up something real. Y'all want to talk about what Oprah did yesterday? I'm not fucking interested in what Oprah did yesterday. I mean, much success, but you know, fuck that motherfucker. You know, I mean, I'm just saying I treat everyone with equal disdain. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. But that's also the reason why a lot of that acting hard is useless in this space, because everyone's in the ether. And to Donnie's point, you can't get smacked across the mouth, so why act hard in the first place? You know, it really doesn't do any good at all.
Yeah, but
that's a lot of these niggas' trump cards. How many times have you heard it to where a nigga is trying to outtalk you, and then they start getting real aggressive? Like it's a. I remember a dude a while back. All he do is call motherfucking bitches and all kind of shit. Nigga, what?
Yeah,
I'm a bitch. Imagine you say that to a nigga who's 6'4", who's 6'4" and you 5'6", nigga, calling him a bitch. The only thing that can happen is some cartoon stars and Tweety Birds is over your head 10 minutes later, nigga. These motherfuckers do too much.
Yeah.
Some of them do. Yeah, some of them are way excessive with it. But I don't try to paint this with a broad general brush. What we want to do is what can be done to nullify such. Yeah, I mean, can there be a positive approach taken to instead of going into that Highlander thing, actually have people talking and have it. Well,
I,
what we got to do to get a productive conversation?
I think we should start getting GoFundMe's for ass whoopings. Just say, hey, listen, this nigga's always on these panels talking crazy. Hey, let me get a GoFundMe to go over to fly
Uh-huh.
to this nigga. I will go whoop this
Uh-huh.
nigga's ass on Tuesday if
Yep.
we can raise $5,000.
Project Mayhem style. You know what I'm saying? You go from city to city regulating. You know what I'm saying? It is what it
Nigga
is.
get back on the air saying, hey, listen, I've changed my ways. I've had a discussion.
Shit. Tyler Durden. You know what I mean? Shit.
I think that
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'll let you go in a minute, sir, Anthony. But getting back to that Ahmaud Arbery thing, they trying to pull some shit where they had some law to where you could. They said that you can arrest someone in pursuit if you're outside your jurisdiction. So they like it's probably an archaic law. It probably was written in like 1920s racist Georgia or some shit like that.
Oh
But
boy.
they're trying to use that law to get the three men who are accused of pursuing and murdering Ahmaud Arbery. They're trying to paint him as best as they can as a criminal.
I
So
mean, look. I rather they get off just to see if it ignite the right shit it's supposed to ignite. You know what I'm talking about? Some shit gonna get cracked, let's get it cracked. But we already know, what I'm saying? If they gonna win, they gonna get a light sentence anyway. So it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather them get off and see what let's test that litmus test of the people to see what their response is gonna be. If they still gonna act in this
no, it's
so-called
gonna be
citizenry.
it's gonna be the same shit. It's gonna be the same
Mm,
shit, man. I mean, I hate to be that way about it.
yeah,
It's gonna be the
yeah,
same shit. It's gonna be his mother crying in front of a courthouse, people standing around her, opportunistic lawyer, and
Yeah.
they might tear up some shit that doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter. It
yeah.
doesn't matter. This just I don't know. I would say participate in your local elections. I mean, you keep letting this shit slide, you're gonna keep getting motherfuckers that's in them judge positions, that's in them sheriff positions, that ain't gonna give a damn about your ass. And then even then, but see the sad part about it, and especially for black men in America, is you might actually get somebody that look like you in that position, and they still.
And still,
yeah.
So it's no real way like to
hey,
know how
Michael Jackson
you
said it
get
best,
unfucked from
man.
this.
You can't win, you can't break even, and you can't get out of the game. You
Hey, you know
can't
what though?
win.
You know what? Back in the day, back in the tinfoil hat days of YouTube, I saw a video on that actually.
Uh huh.
And like
That was the first Illuminati song. People just
The
weren't
gay
paying attention.
mafia's coming to get me. That Michael, yeah, that nigga was not playing games.
No, he was not. No, he was not. He said, "Fuck it, y'all gonna call me the king? All right, I'll be your king. I'm about to own all this shit." Yeah, motherfuckers fainting at the sight. People need to faint when they see Jesus.
Let me tell you something.
500 feet away from
I
Mike and
stopped,
damn near having a heart attack, nigga.
I stopped fucking with that tinfoil hat stuff, like, cause I pulled up at a job, and I looked up, and it was like it was windy. It was about to rain. I looked up, all the little twigs was in the shape of an eye. And I'm sitting up here looking at this, and I'm like, I mean, I used to kind of burn before I go into work. I'm be like, I probably need to stop doing this before I go into work, because I mean, the eye looked like it was looking dead at me. It had a little pupil and everything. It was perfect. I wish I'd have took a picture of this shit so I could prove it. I mean, I'm watching too much shit. I done said too much about Beyonce, like shit. Man, I need to cut this motherfucking shit out, man. A lot of that stuff, if you get too implanted into the information, man,
Yeah.
you could become it. It's like it's like with being an influencer, an actual influencer, you got quite a bit of power, and I think that for a
Yeah.
lot of us guys, when we do have influence like that, we get consumed by the power. Imagine, your message reaching 100,000 people, and you actually every time you do a live broadcast, you got 5, 6, 7K watching. That is an opportunity.
Right.
Yeah.
It's,
Right.
it's an opportunity because out of those 5, 6, 7K watching, at least at least 4K ain't hate watching you know what I'm saying? Actually taking your ass seriously.
And but the
So
thing is, what would he be presenting that one would disagree with? That's my only thing. It's like, all right, if you can't disagree with the material or the doctrine being presented, then the only thing you can do is disagree with the presenter. That's it.
I mean, you should never be in it to have people 100% agree with you. You should never be in it for that because you're gonna be disappointed for the rest of your life. But
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's an don't you think it's an opportunity when you're talking to 7 to 8 thousand people at the same time that are there just to see you. That's
Oh yeah.
And
that's
and the fact that, like, let's say I did disagree with someone, and somebody spitting some shit, you know what I'm saying, that I wish I was spitting. If that's the case, and if he's just going to spit the same ideology, if it's really about the ideology, and they're deeply rooted within it, you should be glad that the ideology is getting out there. Then, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, okay,
Exactly.
salute. I stand on this shit. Obviously, I can't stand on to the point where, what I'm saying, I got 80,000 motherfuckers trying to, check with me for it. But if there's someone that is, all right, cool. The ideology is still getting out there and it's going to help.
But
Or is the motherfucker false in their embracement of the ideology to begin with?
the ideology could be everything could be great about what was said, but just like Eddie Kane and that movie, nigga, if the niggas took the spotlight, bitch, nigga, what you doing?
Oh,
Listen, I got to say this for the pennies. It got to come out my mouth, nigga. Nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall.
uh, yeah.
And that's part of the issue, that Highlander spirit. Niggas, regardless of what's going on, the betterment, the good, the bad, the ugly, it's gotta come out that motherfucker's mouth because they need to have the attention.
So you know
And
what? That could be the litmus test. Um, call them out on their adherence to the ideology.
you know what though. I don't like to use the whole attention thing because I feel like if you are putting work and time into a YouTube channel, you are trying to get attention. That is the inevitability because if you're not getting attention, you're not going to get subs, you're not going to get views.
the,
So that's kind of. But I do understand that YouTube gives a validation
it, it, it,
that a
it gets
lot of
it
people
gets
wish
to
they could get in
become
real life.
it gets to become a greed and a jealousy aspect because you do YouTube for the views to be seen, right, to have your opinion heard, right, but just like we're on this platform, I've not said, well, hey, listen, fuck Kev. Well, you heard what Kev said, right? But I can say it better. Now, y'all got to understand. The reason I say it better is because I'm from the streets, and I used to
Yeah.
stab and rob, and I played Jumanji 3 times and beat it. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers do little slick shit like that and try to take away your shine in order to just to be the big dog on campus. That's what it is. So yeah, it is a view thing, but it's also I agree in a jealousy issue.
It must be because some of the guys that do a lot of this stuff, they're not little content creators, and I rarely hear anybody name anybody by name, but they throw that little slick stuff that you know who they're talking about. And since we're in the manosphere, it makes me wonder, why are you throwing slick stuff? You
Right.
know,
I
when we're
mean, like you can spend a lot of time saying slick stuff, or you can just say who you're talking about and just get it over with, so the D can get worked out. It's like all this dancing around, beating around to put say, I don't miss my words. If I got something I want to say about somebody like Taz, I'm gonna say it about Taz, and I'm
yeah,
gonna say it directly to where he can hear it, or if he comes to me, I could tell it to him directly to him. Those are the rules right there.
Right.
I mean, but saying little slick stuff, you ain't gonna never get done. Nothing
But
done.
that's
You
been
know.
that's been his MO for the longest though, right? I mean,
Yeah, and I mean, like, I didn't say that. I'm use Taz as an example. Taz
yeah,
is Taz is somebody I've dealt with in the past before YouTube. So,
right.
not many people know that story. It's not something I'm
Okay.
just gonna sit here and tell right now. But I've had dealings with the guy. But it's like that. A lot of these, and to Sir Anthony's point, yeah, a lot of these bigger YouTubers look like it's like when they say stuff about the manosphere. My first instinct is, what manosphere are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like, this is a manosphere that pays homage to these people. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I mean, like, it's not just myself. It's not just people like Roger. It's several folks. I mean, you're getting your respect. I mean, you don't have to agree with everything that is being said, because that's some kiss ass shit.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't agree. Everybody that I feel like are manosphere, and that's a range that goes beyond that list that we made. But hey, you know what? That list has been very impactful, whether people like want to admit to it or not. But it's like, of all those people, I don't agree with everything that's said, but the thing is, I like different perspectives, whether those perspectives go along with what I think or not, because I know that I can't be like the singular entity. I'm not Ultron. I didn't mass produce all these little duplicate Ultrons that has my one single mind. Because can you imagine how difficult that would be to actually have to pull off, to have one singular mind with many people? You know how boring that would be, to have everyone agree with you and just have people constantly kissing your ass. It has even when I was in authoritative positions at places of work, I did not like when people kiss my ass. It just did not seem authentic. I always think that's the person that does secretly. I mean, just thinking of it in many ways. That was always the person that secretly did not like me, or they feel like they can't be genuine, because for people you feel like you can't be genuine with, you don't want to be around those people. You
Right.
don't want to have to deal with those folks, and the toleration that they give you, they don't even want to do that at the end of the day. So
Damn.
it's like, you have to be careful with your dealings. That's what I'm saying. Is you don't want to end up creating too many people that want to take you out. I mean, success, that's going to happen. I mean, and everything recently happened with KS, because it does. That's another Highlander thing that people do. They dox. Besides of the
Oh
constant,
man.
besides all of the constant, talking shit about someone, trying to, you know, like, doing little petty shit, like, flagging videos, or, but the doxing part, that right there, the only intent of doxing is to humiliate someone, to
Yeah.
find something to humiliate someone with.
Right.
But the one thing that people don't keep in mind, if people hate that person, it doesn't matter whether it's a lie or the truth. They will run with it. They will twist it up. They'll fold it up like fucking clothes. They'll fold it into little airplanes and paper ducks like origami. They will do whatever they can to make that shit look authentic as fuck, to destroy you.
Right.
It's like, okay, who needs racist whites when you got black people like this?
Right. So,
Yeah.
but the whole thing, like with the doxing thing, because I learned that through you, fam. So it's like it seems like people who do that, they tend to choose cats who are already transparent from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing about you resonates as Fugazi, right? Nothing about KS resonates as Fugazi. And he been telling people, well, I guess folks ain't been a part of the space, but you know what I'm saying, he was, letting people know aspects about this life, you know what I'm saying, before he blew. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like all right, how
It,
how Okay, so you've been doxxed. What type of what type of effort will it take for someone to get some type of information like that? Like is it easy for them to start to go into that process? Or do they got to like give a massive effort and
So
investment?
to dock somebody, right? Basically, you're gonna have to go into a database. Typically, you're gonna have to pay for it, and then you're gonna have to research this person. You have to figure out their location, their age, and then you can go through and pull all this shit, right? So, like, because I've been doxxed. This is a motherfucker who follows me around. This motherfucker's been stalking me for decades. This thing got my mama house, my great grandmama house, nigga.
Wow.
He
Oh
lists off
hell
my
no.
siblings and shit. Uh, it takes a great deal of time and effort for these motherfuckers to actually go in and search you. And you got to think these motherfuckers is doing it, and it's not on some like, oh, this is just simple. No, it's like, yeah, I hate this nigga.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Type web page. Let me scroll down. I hate this nigga. Type. They're really putting effort into doing this shit,
Yeah.
and it's only so that they can get like a slight feeling of I don't want to say validation, but it makes them feel a little bit better because they can say, "Oh, well, this nigga may be right about me. He may be right about these situations these women are in, but at least he doesn't. We know he's a deadbeat dad because he doesn't pay his daughter's tuition, nigga. What? Like that?
Yeah.
Like that was the thing they cried on Kevin Samuels. They said he doesn't. He's a deadbeat dad. He doesn't pay his 20-year-old daughter's school tuition. I didn't know that was
Wow.
a requirement of dads.
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, doxing that's some. I mean, that goes beyond like shaming and I mean, shaming and ad hominem. You can brush that off. Like putting people's personal information out there. That's pretty weak. I mean, I've been doxxed before. There are people out there that got my family members' phone numbers. But we've all been trained on that kind of protocol right there. My mother knows not to give a complete stranger, just any old kind of information. I mean, my mother knows me as a person that kind of stirs a few hornets' nests. I've had a person call my, I had a person call my wife and tell several lies because
Oh my.
because
Oh
I mean it's
shit,
we got
shit.
through it. I mean,
I
unfortunately
hope,
for the haters,
I hope that
uh,
should never happen to me because I can get ignorant. Cause fuck it, you know what
I mean, I
I'm
got ignorant with the person on the phone. The
saying?
person saying she was pregnant. I was like, "Well, I'll see you in 9 months, bitch." I mean, I mean, I mean,
That's good.
but that's what they do, man. And I mean, then this person went immediately on Facebook. I called his wife because he made an entire Facebook group just to bash black women.
Oh
I
Oh
mean,
man.
god.
these people. I say you people are fucking stupid. I swear. And I mean, you,
Nigga,
you wonder why yeah, nigga shit. You
Hmm.
know,
nigga, I
niggas
watched
is
a dude dox a chick talking about, and this is the funniest shit ever. He doxed this chick to talk about how she was broke and she was living with her mama on welfare, right? The nigga who did the doxing was living on welfare.
Oh man. See,
So
that's the
he
thing.
on welfare doxing another bitch. He lived with his bitch on welfare, and he doxing a bitch to say that she on welfare. Nigga, the fuck.
It'll be men that are doing this stuff. That's the crazy part.
Men and women, yeah.
I just don't. I don't get that.
because
Now,
they see you as a threat, even though they really can like just stay the fuck out of your way. Is these they hate it. They use the whole like one thing I noticed about people. They will use anything to try to take you down. Like just because KS has women calling in and he's telling them the blunt honest truth, then all of a sudden he hates black women. They use that. Oh my God, he hates black women. He wants to hurt black women. And they'll use that on any one of us. And like I said, these doxers, they have gone as far, and I mean, like they'll do full broadcast line. These guys condone rape. These guys condone pedophilia. These guys want to beat.
What?
These guys want women to submit. Like the submit part is the one I kind of hear the most, but they'll sprinkle in all that crap. These guys think it's okay to have sex with underage girls. Like people literally it will lie and do anything to take you down. That's how bad it is. I
So, so,
mean,
so, so, so the
it's,
beginning aspect of doxing, you have to have an obsessive intent to start with,
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. It's obsessive compulsive like kind of deal. Like you,
right?
Yeah,
you're if you can't beat that person, the first step is not being able to beat that person in a debate, discussion, or argument.
Right.
You just want that person to shut up.
they'll,
You're
they'll
so
take it to the
triggered by
furthest
what
limit.
they're saying, the truth. You're triggered by the truth. So you have to find, okay, how could this person tell me this? Let me find something on them. So
Um,
they'll probably do something like pull up your credit score. Man, this person got a credit score of 413. How the hell he gonna tell me something? And he got a credit score of 413, but your ass is on the internet all day trying to find people's business. You know,
Yeah,
that-
that's for sure.
So they
people
must be
get
paying
mad
a
with
fee to get these reports like this. What, $75 or $100 or something?
yeah,
nah.
yeah. It
You
is
get
a
one with a
desperation fee.
subscription. It's what is it? It's $25, I think. Um, I know because I shut this dude. Because it's funny. It's a whole thing to it, right? So let's say somebody doxes you and they post a screenshot. They're not supposed to be posting this information online. So
Yeah.
what ends up happening is if they post that screenshot online and it has the website information in there, you can contact the website, and the website will then revoke their access to the account, and they just out of luck with that money. So I've done that before. But like motherfuckers will go out of their way to do all kind of shit just to hack your site. They'll send you fake pages, friend requests from all this shit just to get with you. They'll send friend requests to your family
Oh
in order
man.
to have it look like that they're a part of your friends or family, and then they'll copy that person's page and then send you a friend request. Like shit's crazy.
Come and tell bro with this shit. Get the fuck out of
Go and
here.
tell, bro.
Come and tell Negro. What the fuck
Yeah,
is this?
so when my son was born, a motherfucker posted a picture of my son and called him a rape baby.
Oh wow.
Oh hell. Okay. Yep.
Right. So, at the time I'm like 4,000 miles away. I said, all right, bet, nigga. Once I touch down, nigga, good
Mm-hmm.
luck to you, Playboy.
Yep.
Because it's on impossible.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
sure enough, there's a warrant for my name in my name right now. But
Hey,
the
lessons
consequences
must
of it.
be handed out to those who are worthy of them. So it is what it is. I
Yeah,
mean, shit,
yeah.
because this is the thing. All right, so in the aspect of that, then certain regulative motions need to be permitted, man. It's like it's certain shit. Okay, look, it's just how I say. I'll be telling people all the time. Everybody know how I feel about law enforcement and everything, and I think that they what I'm saying move themselves out of the position of law enforcement into that of a goon or
Yep.
mercenary or something. And I don't see them as law enforcement no more. The whole police thing, it's like they're wearing the uniform.
They targets.
You feel me? But that mentality is not there. And it's like, all right, I need to change the reality in which I'm receiving this shit in order for me to feel that I'm getting what I'm saying, some closure with how I'm accessing the whole of the situation. And with motherfuckers that jump out of pocket like that, call your son a rape baby, and you let the motherfucker exist. You let him live. You know what I'm saying? So like, hey, that's some dope shit. You're a kind dude. You know what I'm saying? You kinder than
Nah,
me.
really,
But,
I
but
take a
here's
hit
the
to the
thing.
nigga. But trust me,
Here's
that
the thing.
nigga is screaming right now. Trust me, that
Here,
nigga.
here, here,
That nigga is screaming to this day right now for what my retaliation was.
Facts.
Oh good.
Respect.
but
Respect.
yeah. What Donnie just said is there's more than one way to skin a cat. And plus, man, these people want you to get out of pocket so your life can end up how they want it to. You got to understand. I think of these people as the most egregious puss bags ever. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if they got to go as far as to dox you, they want to destroy you. They wish all the bad stuff on you and no one else but you. I hate you. I hate you. That's that kind of that's the kind of person they are. I mean, to want to humiliate someone because you can't beat them in a battle of wits, or they have done better than you in an area where you really wanted to do really good. Like, don't ever hate on anybody's success because it'll reflect through your content. I mean, you're hot one day. I mean, you could be hot dissing people one day, and the next day you could be gone. I mean, there was a dude that could go for 7 to 8 hours and talk about the same person, play the same repeated highlight reel over and over and over again. Nobody even cares who that person is anymore.
Right.
No one cares. I think he ran into a certain somebody. He just wasn't the same. But it's no one cares who he is. No one cares what the next thing he's coming out with because that game got played out. And that should serve as a lesson to content creators that if that's all you're going to be able to rely on, I mean, you're not going to be able to keep it up. That's why I don't come in. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. There are certain people that I would just love to get at
Yeah.
in this space alone, and
Right.
and they're much closer than they think. But I mean, it would be I would love to, but there are so many other things to do with a
Yeah.
channel. Especially, I mean, I got a 2K channel. It's not a big channel, but at the same time, I mean, 2K is a good start. It's the
Yeah.
potential to do something with it instead of wasting my time fighting with people that are doing things as well. I mean, if everybody just sat in their lane and just tried to be the best product they could be, then I mean, you could when you meet that other person that's also successful, it could just be a battle of wits. I mean, you lose, you come back better, or just leave a person alone and stop getting mentally spanked and embarrassed. But at the end of the day, no harm, no foul. I've seen a lot of people get into arguments that they were able to get through. I mean, in this space, some people can't do it. Some people can't get back together because the one thing at the end of the day that they wanted to be was the big dog. They wanted to be the superior alpha, the one that everybody looked at with this golden palette of leadership and this big old scepter of authoritarianism, and it's like that a lot of guys want to be that. They grew up wanting to be that. They grew up wanting to be a Jordan. They grew up wanting to be a Joe Montana. Like I
And
mean,
you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with that, but there's always a higher black belt. You know what I'm saying? And the only way that you achieve that status is you either learn your way up there or you become better. Either way it goes, it has to be a learning process for you to achieve that. That's
yeah,
why I really enjoy the principle of martial arts with it because with it comes humility. You can still be a bad motherfucker, but it lets you know right off the bat you ain't gonna be the only one. You still might be very thorough in your presentation of the art, but there are other motherfuckers just as thorough and some more, and that's the good thing about it.
hey, Cotton Can. Hey, let me give a shout out to Cotton Can in the chat. She says, uh, I don't know, it might be a guy. I don't know, but Cotton Candy. I'll just assume that's a woman. So,
I don't think so.
forgive me or not. I don't, whatever. I hope you're a girl. The algorithm,
I hope so
uh,
too.
it says the algorithm working all too well. I somehow can't escape the manosphere vacuum. Okay, well, the best part for you to do is go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you already have it. I know it's kind of a tough thing to do, but you're going to end up doing it anyway. So just go ahead and just get it over with, and then later. So much later down the road, when you find yourself hitting that subscribe button, you won't be like, "Well, man, I should have did it earlier." You can do it now. So if anybody hasn't done it in that chat or watching right now, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Ain't nothing wrong with it. This is a great show. I mean, many would agree. I mean, just shout out to
We
KD,
appreciate you,
aka
sweet lady.
Lone Wolf. Yes.
Respect.
Katie say, Kev, that's a girl. Okay. I'm happy that my feeling is satiated. Uh, Rael, salute. Let me read this comment. For those watching, participate in the chat by all means. I try to keep it as interactive as possible. Just to make the show interesting. Rael says, when I was on Facebook, I saw a white chick try to set up a black dude, making it seem like he was hollering at her 16-year-old daughter by using his pic to create a fake page. Mofos is psycho. Yes,
Yeah.
Wow.
there's
I
a
didn't see
fake
that.
there's a fake page of my father I caught a fake page myself. I reported it, of course, because you ain't finna. Because like that person could be saying all kinds of stuff. That
Yeah.
person could be saying something like, "I like dicks." I'm like, we're not gonna have that because I'm not finna like because I'm gonna tell you immediately the shit's fake, you know. And
Right.
like I said earlier, if people don't like you, they'll run with anything. They'll run with a
Mhm.
lie. They'll run with a lie. They don't care if you have solid ass proof. You have 30 tons of proof. If they don't like you, they ain't gonna take that proof. And like that,
Yeah.
and that's very dangerous. That's dangerous. But hey, you know what? Keep up with the shit. Sometimes that shit does catch up with folks.
That,
Yeah.
see that the whole concept of this social media expose. Oh, we gonna expose. He's a pedophile. He was in the DM. That shit is retarded to me for the simple fact of you're on Facebook. Your black ass didn't get up and go to the fucking police. You chose to give it to a bunch of strangers all over the fucking world who ain't gonna do shit about. Oh, he's a molester. He's this. He's that. Did you go
Right.
to the police, bitch? No.
Mm,
Shut the fuck up.
no. Yeah.
What you want me to do? You want me to? Oh, he's ashy. Does that make you feel better? It's a dumbass concept. It's just like the people who get on here talking that crazy shit. I was sexually assaulted. Oh, did you contact the police? Well, no. Well, there's no point in telling YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, facts.
They say this shit with the intent of trying to damage someone's character. But the reality is, if you really wanted to do some harm to a person that actually assaulted you or actually did something to you, you would go to the police. You would go to the authorities. Going to YouTube and Facebook, it's just you looking for sympathy.
Yeah.
And then you know how they kind of get out of it. Well, whether it's true or not, it does happen.
You're like, bitch, was that your experience? Shit, fuck out of here.
It doesn't have to be my experience for me to talk about it. Nigga, you sound like you be the one that be raping somebody. You sound all these
That's
potential
the
rapists on this post.
the favorite go to nigga. You from asking simple questions. Well, bitch, did you go to the police? You sound like a rapist. Why would you ask if I went to the police, bitch? Because that's what you're supposed to do. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the way it works on TV, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's VU. You know what I'm saying? I watch a lot of TV.
Yeah. Then, you know, I had females like this, and this kind of thing just be based off simple disagreement. I've had females tell me, "I feel sorry for your daughter," you know, or they'll say something like, "I hope you don't have a daughter." I'm like, "Well, too late. She'll kick you in your lady nuts too," you know. And I mean, it's like I don't. It's like my thing is I don't initially get disrespectful. I don't initially get disrespectful, but once I'll give you at least. Well, if you're a female, I'll give you at least 4 or 5 ad hominem attacks, and then I'll say something like, "Well, the donut light is on, the Krispy Kreme. Don't you have somewhere you got to be?" And then you know, then it snowballs from there. Then I get all kinds of you F word that means that you gay, you know, you must be gay, you know, I get all that shit.
Drop a link, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's the common defense. When logic doesn't work, you all of a sudden become some kind of predator, a homosexual, which black women are very fond of, which I find odd. Uh, or you hate women, or you live in your mama's basement, you're an incel.
Man, dude, I thought about naming my man cave my mama's basement, so you know I could give him something to work with. Straight from my mom's basement, y'all. Just the room above the goddamn garage. It's dead. You know, it's just like y'all dudes. Like, I mean, they say that, and it has no merit to it whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, but
No.
as long as they don't like you, as long as like, and you know, and believe me, there are plenty of people that don't like me. And I mean, like, I'm not like a certain dating coach. I'm not going to brag about people not liking me when you're just annoying. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There are people that genuinely do not like me. And there was one dude that was like, man, fuck this motherfucker. I ain't never had contact with him. Never, ever, ever. I mean, there's plenty of women like that, but dude, like, fuck this motherfucker, I whoop this motherfucker ass. See this tattoo? You see this tattoo? You know,
What does a dating coach do?
the dating coach, when you're out there on the date, they hide at another table or sit at the bar, and then they send text messages. Man, what I do next, coach? Go on in there, man. Go on in for the score. Motherfucker be hiding behind a damn fake palm tree at Red
Oh
Lobster. Man, do it, man.
wow!
Do it, man.
Secret of
Hey,
the Bergerac
do
bitch,
it.
man.
Damn. So that's some real shit. People actually do that.
Now, that is a thing to a certain extent, but not a lot of dating coaches do that. I don't think, because you got to be real time with that. Because he's basically guiding you into the pussy. Nigga got a whole earpiece in his ear. Yeah. So, can I just stick a tip in? Yeah, tell us stick a tip in.
I wonder if dating coaches think is a whole lot, less adept cats in the world than there is adept. You know what I'm saying? Or if them, interacting with such less adept cats, if they tend to, maybe subconsciously, lower cats or place themselves on a higher level, maybe, on some inadvertent Highlander Complex type shit. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, I
you know what I mean?
I did mention something earlier about guys do feel like that they're at the top of the food chain when they're able to sleep with a lot of women.
Right.
Like
yeah.
like that matters. Like that's not an activity that leads to the fueling of the deadbeat dad narrative. But for some reason, when you're able to conquer a lot of women,
What's a lot? What's a lot?
a lot of women.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you got some dudes like have claimed to have slept with 500-600 women. I mean, some guys.
I
But
mean,
there's a lot of. I don't know, man. I just don't know if it's ever going to be 500-600 women unless you're like somebody that's always traveling or always on tour or whatever.
Well, not
I mean,
it's really not that hard when you really look at it, right? So picture it like this: you go from high school, and usually around high school to a couple years after high school, as a kid, you go out to parties every weekend. So this is really Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? It's a party pretty much every one of them days. Sunday usually in the daytime.
hold up, you saying in high school?
Huh?
In
After
high school?
From high school onward, to the couple of years afterwards, college, etc. Right? So now you got Thursday night, went out, probably met a bitch. Can you knock it down? I don't know. Friday, meet another one. Can you knock it down? Saturday, can you knock it down? Sunday, can you knock it down? If you couldn't knock it down, you can at least get the number so you can knock it down during the week. And you repeat this process over and over. So now you got 52 weeks in a year. You had at least 3 attempts to knock a chick down on the weekend, and then multiple attempts throughout the week, plus whatever you come across during the Monday through Friday. If you really own the ball, 500 ain't that bad.
all right. Let me read this on the screen from Bay Blotter News at Dunny. Quote: Logic doesn't work. ... Neither does a magic wand. Whoosh. Quote: whether you the hater nor antagonizer. Third quote: Coffee Nino. What is your response to that, Donnie?
I don't even know what the fuck he talking about. He gonna have to. I lost the thought. Maybe I said something that applied to this. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But it's way too late for me to read this now.
I mean, it wasn't the way I said it. So it wasn't, sir. I mean, I was.
I don't know. I was
So goddamn 500. There's some cities ain't 500. Damn.
You got to think. So, because I know that was my game. It was knock as many bitches as I could, keep them on rotation, and keep rolling. Because you have multiple times in the night to pick a chick up, and then you going to different parties. Because like for me, it was never just go to the same party with the same people. We always trying to figure out where the next party is in the city. So we gonna go to one side of the town to the next side of town, and then I'm trying to knock down the chicks and knock down their friends. I can't be the only one.
I mean, no, you're right. I mean, but I always just thought there was like a disconnect between myself and some of these younger guys. Like, because what you describe is what I went through. Because after high school, I went to college, and course, there was always that party and getting, running going through girls wasn't a difficult thing, but it seems like these
You know
younger
what?
cats,
You know
they
what
got
though? You know what this sounds like? It sounds like y'all owe out a lot of fish sandwiches.
What did he say?
it.
What did he say?
I mean, what do you say to get this much pussy, man? Like,
I
you
mean,
must have a
not,
basic line. Let me buy you a fish sandwich. Okay, here's a titty.
Let me buy you a hot and juicy. Now a hot and
It was
spicy
deleted.
McDonald's. You get that dollar menu, nigga, and it's a wrap, nigga. Hot and spicy from McDonald's was an aphrodisiac. No,
God damn.
Hey, man, look,
not
I remember when I in Montgomery back in the day at Alabama State University, they
yeah.
used to have this thing called the chicken box. That you take the chicken box up to Alabama State University or a pizza, and it would result in you getting some skins.
Oh snap!
Like,
Well,
yeah,
you know what?
literally.
It does. You can. Okay, so I stopped myself from eating easy pussy. You know what I'm saying? It was like a little bit too easy because okay, charm runs, in the
Let me stop you
bloodline.
right there, Rogish. Hold
But
your thought. Let me stop you right there. It's like, do you think that there would be as much of these guys saying the stuff that they say in this quote unquote manosphere if pussy was just super easy? If like pussy was easy.
I,
nah.
All right.
I want to tap at that. So,
Yeah,
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 go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, Rogish. Go ahead then, Donnie.
Well, I mean, my thing is okay. So I came from the pro black sector, right? So I got started in this really, really early. You know what I'm saying? Before it became the thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I've been fucking black supremacist probably since fourth grade or whatever. And so, in an aspect of that, the warriorism is what I pay more attention to. You know what I'm saying? So, I always been a shrewd kid, sharp cat. You know what I'm saying? Men in my family must be mactacious motherfuckers, so they lace me with that. So, charm has always been, what I'm saying, kind of an easy flow of things, and tend to be a panty dropper quite easy. So, in the aspect of me getting it as easy as I could get it, it was like, all right, I actually thought it was, I possibly was doing something wrong, what I'm saying, to the warrior code. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, so I thought I was possibly, I don't know, sullying the character or whatever. And so, you're gonna be a servant for your folk, serve for your people, and that's definitely gonna make you look good, what I'm saying, in the eyes of the sisters. And the whole hotel shit, I didn't even know what the hell that was. But like for about like 2, 3 years, I was on some hotel shit, but I didn't know it was a hotel. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Man, do
just
you know how the word hotep translates?
yeah, peace.
Peace.
Yeah,
It's like, damn.
but it went bad when Tariq did his bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So Hotep and Dusty, you know what I'm saying, in the pantheon that they're in now, that was him.
Oh,
Trying to do his Highlander shit. Clearly. And someone put it out early. Yo, full circle, cuz.
Full circle.
Damn. So yeah.
nice.
Wow.
Speaking of full circle, I haven't seen that guy in a while. But tonight, for those of you watching, and then Donnie, Donnie can go. You were watching BMBBH, one extension of the Habitual Line Steppers, along with Donnie's channel YAS4W. Check him out. Got a lot of short videos that have quite the interesting messages. So tonight's topic is the Highlander Complex amongst black men. I think that this does serve as a detriment to progress, and because all these idiots should understand that one man can't do it alone. I mean, it's like, I mean, unless you are, the only thing that you can about do alone efficiently is, if you do it right, is the improvement of self.
Right.
I mean, you can seek advice on stuff like that, but at the same time, if you're trying to if you got a bunch of people working toward a common goal, I think it's really silly and stupid to be counterproductive toward that. So go ahead, Donnie. You want to crack at what I was saying? If it was easy, if most or all pussy was easy, would you have a lot of these guys in this space saying what they say, because it seemed like, even if, like your boy ARC describes, there's two sectors, which I really thought was an unfair assessment. But he was like, it's two different factions within the male part of the black manosphere. He said it's the game guys that teach you how to get laid, how to get quick pussy, and the guys who want to expose females, which I think is very narrow and very short, to think that way. So, but I think that, when I say this, this might be in regards to the second faction, the faction number two, as he put it. And like I said, I really think, honestly, there's more to the black manosphere than just that.
But hold up, that ain't game them motherfuckers handing out. You don't them the motherfucking tactics. Game you can't call it's not accurate to label tactics as game. But the thing is, they're labeling that shit as game because they probably, fucking with some motherfuckers who having a hell of a struggle. And that's their demographic. That's their customer demographic.
Well, isn't that what everybody does? Like, to sell something, they find the need.
It used to be game, but then motherfuckers was too stupid, so it had to be dumbed down. So then it became regular bare bones ass tactics, and a lot of niggas still struggle with that. You see, because realistically, pussy is probably the easiest thing you could ever get.
Yeah, I would think.
Just throwing it away, right? They throw it. But let's take a quick comparison, right? Some of these motherfuckers are afraid to talk to women. They don't want to talk to women. They don't have much experience to talk to women. When they do go to talk to women, they get mumble mouth. They look crazy when they talk to women. They got a little funk to them. Niggas ain't brush their hair, brush their teeth. You know what I'm saying? These are some of the bare minimums to just be a productive member of society. These niggas just don't even have that, right? But when you look at them on these channels and they got their YouTubes together, I've seen, prime example is Ed, right? And Ed is a motherfucker who I can look at, like, I can't do this shit Ed do. Ed can get on his platform and talk for 2.5, 3 hours straight.
And be lacing folks.
Ed's a beast.
Right. You, like, nigga, I can't do that shit, but I can talk to a bitch all day. Right? So if motherfuckers apply the skill, and I'm sure Ed didn't just pop on here and just was talking a mile a minute for 3 hours. That nigga probably had to build up to that shit and get there, right? Just like with me, when it came to women, I was always fascinated with a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I was always fascinated trying to talk to a woman. So it started with me going over and talking to little Sharkeisha, and then you grow from there. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. And it gets to the point to where you just really going through the motions and smashing and saying, all right, well, I'm talking to you later, bitch. I'm hollering to, and walk about the door, right? Niggas get on these platforms and they have all these backgrounds, the music, the streamers, the banners. They put all this effort and emphasis on their channel to make their channel look great. And they can talk to you for 2 or 3 hours on this channel for 2 or 3 hours, right? But they can't talk to a bitch for 2 minutes. They can't put on a little cologne and have a non-wrinkled shirt when they talk to a bitch. And that's what the deciding factor is.
Well, I mean, I'll say this. We were always raised, like, when you speak in the context of courtship and trying to date girls and talk to women, we always set a standard. This is nothing new. I mean, smelling good, put it on nice clothes. If you had a vehicle, I mean, it ain't got to be the most up-to-date ride, but, keep it clean at least.
These
and,
don't know none of this shit.
And carry yourself with a little bit of confidence, man, because females can smell weakness on you.
Niggas don't know none of this shit. This nigga, I watched the nigga, he had a little bit of funk to him, and I was like, what you finna do? Yeah, I want to go talk to you. No, playboy. Go on up in that bathroom, hit that Purell, and then come back out here and we can reassess. Right? Because motherfuckers don't have the bare minimum to talk to these women. And then they get frustrated. And this is the crazy shit. They be like, yeah, I'm going into monk mode. Nigga, what? Huh? What is that? oh yeah, I'm going my own way. Why, nigga? Why? Cause these bitches ain't shit, nigga. And all you had to do was really just talk to the bitch and not be a weirdo.
And
Yeah.
you ain't supposed to enter monk mode off of rejection, motherfucker. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Monk mode is Fortress of Solitude shit.
Yeah.
So,
But how?
Kev, put up that comment by I think that's Coffee Nino, but Bay Blotter. Yeah, that's Coffee. So he said, either you got it or you don't. A lot of dudes just don't have what it takes, including confidence when approaching a woman. I had a homeboy who used to have to give a chick his number, right? So this can be said for everything, right? Martial artists, either you got it or you don't. Then you train, all of a sudden, motherfuckers Bruce Lee up in the streets, right?
Facts.
It's the survival of the fittest. Even if you don't have it, you can go get it. This isn't some mystical shit where a motherfucking
Nah,
shaman came and blessed me. I didn't get dropped into a tub of glitter and been shining ever since, nigga. I got pimp bones in my body, but I still had to get out there and talk to these bitches and learn how to do this shit. So
exactly.
even the nerdiest nigga can do it. Yes, it's a confidence thing, but you just gotta force yourself to get out there and do it. You think talking on YouTube is some shit that doesn't take confidence, nigga? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if like it takes, and I've said this in the past, this takes a lot to get up here and talk. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
I mean, in fact, to engage for like an hour and a half to 2 hours, yeah, that takes a bit of talent to be able to, and do it with and do it with a cadence as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not
it's some
that's not.
magical shit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it is. So anybody that's suffering in the female department, and I'm not saying that because because I try to be careful with that too, because that's a key shaming tactic.
Yeah. It is.
It's gaslighting even. I mean, but we do understand that there are certain weirdos that do try to portray it like it's all the women's fault or what they're not getting, when there are so many females out there that you can just choose from. I'm out of that market, but for those who are still in that market, if you are using a platform or using Facebook to always go at females because they are not doing a certain what you think they should be doing, let me tell you, you're not gonna get the X-rated Pornhub sex from every female you run across, or believe that they are obligated to do that for you. You are going to have to open your fucking mouth. There's a saying: closed
Mm-hmm.
mouths don't get fed. Closed mouth don't get fed.
Shit,
If you don't,
motherfucker, hit the gym, get a hobby, read a book, and then
and
go
you know
say
what
hi
though,
to the bitch. That's all you got to do,
and
goddamn.
you know what though, I'll apply this to my own life. A number of years ago, it just that I just didn't seem like that females were paying me that much attention. And yeah, it used to be little reasons and such, like I stayed in an area where the hardcore quote unquote thug type would you
Right.
know constantly get the females, and they women fuck who they want to fuck. So instead of me sitting there and being like, oh man, these females, they be fucking with these dudes and all this other shit, I decided to start doing some push-ups one day, and then
Mm-hmm.
I added some jumping jacks, and then I went and got a couple of dumbbells and a weight bar and a curl
Nice.
bar, and then I started eating correctly. Not correctly. I stopped. I stopped eating. I stopped eating so much bullshit and started
Right.
taking in good foods. Foods that had less carbs and less of that saturated fat and that trans fat nonsense.
Right.
So as I did that, my body began to look a lot better, and I got better responses from females. Like especially like when the affliction shirts came in style, I was
Mm-hmm.
wearing affliction shirts. So
I remember the shit.
so females would respond to me a lot better. What I did was I exploited a great quality,
Mm-hmm.
and I would put it, and jokes can be corny. you'll still get pussy by that shit. you know, you know what I'm saying? I, I'm I told a couple of corny jokes, and I almost got a married chick. I mean, this is one time. This is just one instance,
Yeah.
and you know, she felt guilty at the last second, but you know, we're still kind of cool to this day. I mean,
Right.
we could talk like mature adults because you
Right.
know you ain't got to screw everything. But you know, from her, I learned quite a few things. you
Exactly.
know, you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying. I mean, it's more than many ways to skin a cat, and you know what I'm saying. And as far as this space is concerned, it's not full of guys that just want to see like black women lose. There's a lot of guys here that can actually teach you how to solve your problems as far as what you may be lacking as far as the female department.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's a yeah, cause it be simple things I seen. Like I've seen niggas on these panels talk about women and how they can't get women, and then they pop their camera on or something happen, and I'm looking. These niggas look like mountain men. Like you ain't got a haircut for the past 2 years, nigga. Of course, bitches ain't talking to you. You over here looking like you in the like you was stuck in the wilderness, nigga.
Bear Grylls in the bitch.
well, Zero. Let me respond to Zero real quick. Like as far as I'm concerned, I didn't assume anything. It's just that I said and I stated that we, I mean, we were raised in a certain, we were raised to, have to do certain things to try to court two females. It was just some suggestions. I'm not assuming that niggas don't bathe. Rather, you know.
I
Yeah.
see it's a lot of niggas that I've seen in these spaces that that kind of portray themselves in a certain manner, and then you see them with their camera on, and they either look like they look musty, or they have
He
a
said they
lot of
look. He
estrogen
said they
going on.
look. They look like they look.
Yeah, niggas. I've seen niggas look musty, right?
Nigga, I can
Um,
smell that phone through the screen. You nasty
Yeah,
motherfucker.
like that shit fucked me up, right? And then there's other niggas who like you can look like you see in the back of their room, like nigga, your room is dirty. I know you dirty. Or
Yeah.
or like the nigga turn his camera on and the nigga's 400 pounds. Like nigga, what?
Right.
Like it's one nigga in particular I'm thinking of, right? He's a very sharp for his mind. He dresses well. He dresses well, but the nigga's also like 400 pounds. So you've cut off a lot of just eye contact attraction because bitch is
Right.
gonna look at you and be like, "You gonna crush me, nigga? I don't know if I want to be underneath you."
Right. I mean, but this the thing is, I don't know. To me, game is when you get the lessons and the understanding about how to navigate, women. That's the game. The game ain't the motherfuckers telling you to, dress a certain way or speak a certain way, or nothing like that. It's supposed your success is supposed to come when you learn how to conquer the animal that you're looking to get. You know what I'm saying? So and then
But
you put. Go ahead, sir.
I mean, well, I don't know about y'all, but when we were growing up, we didn't learn that on the internet.
Hell
Do you
no.
need that? Do you need the internet for that?
No,
Really?
no, no,
They,
no,
it,
no, no, no. Let's not get into the whole like
Okay.
okay, the
Well,
internet is useless because we're all doing this from the internet.
well, let me.
It's
Okay. Well, let me ask this then. I mean, how big a deal are the? I mean, I think we're kind of getting off like into the weeds, but how big a deal are the game or the dating coaches anyway? Do they really matter in this space?
you know, I've only listened to two of them, and two of them I think are the ones that I've listened to are ridiculous. And I don't say their names not because like I'm afraid or anything like that. They just aren't here to defend themselves. So I don't want to be that guy that you be on some
Right.
asshole shit. Be like, Jim Johnson is a terrible dating coach. But like I've heard these dudes and these dudes kind of oversimplify it. Like, yeah, all you got to do is just
just go over there and smile and have confidence. Like this nigga don't know how to have confidence. So you got to start by telling these niggas to go talk to bitches. Go to the mall and come back with 20 numbers, nigga. That means you got to talk to at least 20 women to get 20 numbers. It's gonna take you more than that just to get 20 numbers because you're gonna hit and miss,
20
right?
numbers is elite. Do you really
Right,
want to see
because that
somebody
means
20
you in that
numbers?
mall all goddamn day. So you're getting comfortable in the mud, right? Just like when I learned jujitsu, you had to do an arm bar technique 100 times before you actually even threw it in practice, right? Or you got it in a drill. He was drilling that motherfucker all day because
Right.
eventually muscle memory is gonna take over, right?
Right.
So you're constantly having a conversation with these women in order to acclimate yourself with one, not being afraid, two, getting comfortable having a conversation, and then you kind of find your own flow. You may say the same thing over and over, but you figure out how to word it to where it works over and over, right? So, like when I was going out talking to women, I didn't say any fantastical, mystical shit. I probably said the same 3 or 4 different lines to a bitch and then flew from there and got in the pants. Why? Because I said it so often, I figured out how to pattern it with the bitch and make it work with her, right?
Yeah.
So
That was
you actually utilize the technique then.
right. And then the game part came in where I could tell like this bitch is lying, this bitch is pulling a scam. She trying to do something funny. Let me pull some money about this bitch because I can see she's ready to be pulled money up out of her, right? So
Right.
that's where the game come in. But you got to get to that first level in order to kind of to build. But these dating coaches, they just I don't know. They just it's an oversimplification in my end. Plus, I also spent a whole lot of time going out with bitches. I used to make bitches dress me. Okay, what you think is fly? Okay, you think this outfit is fly? Cool. And then once I figured out, what looked good, I went from there. And automatically, when I walked in the room, bitches' eyeballs was on me. So then I already had the mouthpiece to talk to her, and I had she was looking. It
Right.
was a wrap. It was nothing I had
Right.
to do.
Right. Right. So it became a sport for you.
Yeah, it was like really it was like hunting big game. I would walk into a
Yep.
room and I
Yep.
would be like, oh, she got a fat ass. All right, I'm gonna holler at her. And then we would start taking bets at a certain point. Like, all right, Nick, you think I can pull it? All right, we're gonna see if I can pull it off. What was so crazy is different parts of town I would have to use different names because it got to the point where bitches knew who I was because I was fucking Fred or Dorothy.
See how this motherfucker playing with Nitro Glycerin over here. I had some homies who was, saying, hunters like that. And it was like, yeah, man, shit. Okay, I'm glad I learned the way I did from my uncle because, his pimping ass taught me one thing. He didn't teach it to me directly. He taught me some stuff directly, but he also taught I learned indirectly from watching all of them because they had oodles of women. And what I'm saying, we'll just say my Uncle Jay, my Uncle D could get in, well, he was pimping his ass off. My Uncle Jay, he was pimping, but I saw him get any woman that he wanted, right? But I also saw him utilizing game. And I saw in the whole aspect the game came with a certain level of let's say misdirection that required a whole lot more work than what I was, willing to do. Right.
What
So
do you
it's
mean? Like break that down.
Yeah.
well. My thing is okay. So they was pimping. I wanted to understand, the whole aspect of Macisms. Because with Macism, you ain't got to work that motherfucking hard. I ain't trying to work that motherfucking hard. I'm going to present what it is, and this is what it is. If she with it, she ain't with it. But if she is, she is. And a lot of times, it's with me, it was the directness that got me, what I'm saying, all the draws that I got, what I'm saying. It was some straight up directness because I'm not trying to deceive, I'm not trying to lie to her, nothing like that. No, I'm gonna tell you what I want, what I'm saying, and in a funny way, why you should give it to me, you know what I'm
Right.
saying.
That's part of the game. Is you out there, you being yourself. You get to kind of. It's like you got a glow about you. It's like Bruce Leroy in the glow, and you get out there and you
Facts.
get talking and
Facts.
you spitting. The bitch is captivated by you, and she's just all eyes on you.
and you going back and forth and having a repertoire with her, and then you say some shit like, "Yeah, I bet you real active in the bedroom, huh? Like you ever done some gymnastics on a king size mattress? You silly motherfucker! Oh, you funny!" But at that point, you've already introduced to her the conversation and the idea of fucking you. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we on the mattress. So now she done laughed at it. Now you done gave me the, oh yeah, I'm fucking. Because if the bitch didn't want to fuck you, she'd have been like, "Damn, nigga, wait a
This
minute, hold
nigga
up,
doing NLP macking on hoes. Cuz stop your collar, nigga.
nigga."
Shit.
When I tell you I was a motherfucker, nigga, I was a motherfucker, nigga.
Donnie, the NLP macking this bitch. Shit.
Nigga, I used to try and sabotage myself, nigga. I used to do little stupid shit just to see if I could fumble and recover, nigga. That's
That's a martial artist right there, cuz. That's a mind of a motherfucking martial artist.
I will say this. Everybody who talks about game, and this is no knock to anyone, y'all all sound the same. Shoot, Bishop, Don, Magic Wand. Like, the game. And that's my biggest problem with game people. That is my biggest problem. Whether you have a resume, a repertoire, you have this little like work slate, a lot of notches under your belt. And I don't know. It's just that it's not on any hate shit or sour grape thing with me. It's just
It's been proven. It's been proven, though, Kev. That's the whole thing. Tried and proven out the mud. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole. You got to think about it. It's been a science that's been, you know what I'm saying, perfected long ago. So I mean, it is what it is. It might not be, you know what I'm saying, the most wholesome, you know what I'm saying, perspective.
I mean, yeah, I understand like that works for a lot of people, but you know, you're speaking to somebody who spent a lot of years being what people like to call a cornball. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like it wasn't even me trying to be a cornball. I just kind of used to look at this and say, I really have to do this.
Exactly. I ain't trying to work that hard.
I got more ends than sand granules on beaches and stuff. Like,
nah, nigga, wait a minute.
Hey, Kev. Hey, Kev.
What up?
But being a self-described cornball, how did you master the approach?
I ain't master shit. I just shot in the dark. I said like I told the absolute truth about how I felt. Those are always my fastest lays. Like, you know, depending on the archetype.
Right. And yet you succeeded.
Your shot, right? Because at that point it becomes like you, because you probably was looking for like a real situation. My thing was I was looking to hit, so I was always myself, but I was myself on 12, and I put production behind it. You know what I mean? Because I wanted the bitch to notice me, and once the bitch noticed me, that's all I really needed to do at that point. Because I already knew if she stared, if her eyes turned and was on me, it was game over. Don't let me catch your bitch looking. That was my whole mindset.
Word.
Yeah. I also used to have the luck of women making it extremely obvious. You know, that I might have a chance. Then I will build from there as well.
Whatever works.
My first ex-wife, she said, I see your game is no game.
Word.
Because you know she saw how you know sister was interacting with me, and she was like, and I'm like, I'm not doing nothing. She said, I know you're not doing nothing, but your game is no game. So it's you know, I said it just is what it is. You know,
what this nigga really just tried to tell you is karate is empty hand.
Hey dog, look, you can't go hard style 24/7. Eventually, you know what I'm saying, your ass turn 80 years old and you can't do the Kamehameha wave. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, that's where I was at. Nigga, I got tired. I was just like, I'm tired of fucking you bitches. I'm tired of you bitches being on some like trying to stalk me and getting mad because I'm not showing you attention. I want a wife, nigga. So I ended up switching everything around and got my wife.
That's what's up.
But even being a cornball though.
But ahead and say this. Like I said before, we have to be careful because there are a ton of guys out there that don't have some of the advantages that other guys have. And they actually come to this space to look for sound advice. Now, you can't just focus on the people who you don't like because that's a lot of the problem with the black manosphere. Besides the internal issues that all of the gods experience, you have a bunch of people looking at the space like it's just useless and counterproductive, and its end is to actually harm the black community and the women that are involved. There are some guys that could actually lead you to what you want, but at the same time, if you're trying to give sound advice, you can't be an asshole along with that shit. Like, one thing that I really, really hate is going to someone for advice and being completely berated. There are going to
Yeah.
be some guys that are like, I would say, weak in the area of physicality. It's just, I could suggest they can go do some push-ups and everything,
Yeah,
but
but
I
that's the
don't
thing.
know.
You start off with body weight because the whole thing is awareness. You ain't nobody saying they gotta, put 3 plates on the bench and do that shit. Start off with body weight.
I
Push
mean,
ups, sit
but you
ups,
gotta
Yeah,
pull
understand.
ups,
you ever
and
seen a
squats.
nigga fresh out of jail? Them motherfuckers be big as shit. All they doing is push ups, sit ups,
That's
dips, and
it.
nigga.
That's it. Yoked. You know what I'm saying? And that's step one. See, this is the thing. Cats who don't have that understanding, they don't understand basic humanity. That's that. It all starts out with just with you wanting to better yourself first, just like you did, Kev. You started bettering yourself, and you rose your resonance. You elevated your resonance, and that attracted the women to you. You didn't have to go holler. You didn't have to go search or nothing to seek nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So therein lies the motherfucking formula.
Yeah, exactly. I
That's
mean,
that's the philosopher's stone of the shit.
I
Start
mean,
off start off with that, and more than likely, once you put yourself on that type of journey, you're going to dive into other things that's going to enhance you. And chicks pick up on that fucking enhancement.
This is what has always got me, right? People play video games, and in certain video games, you have they're called RPGs. You have a character that starts at 0 stats, right? This is in the NBA games, I think. This character starts at 0 stats, and what ends up happening is you put so much time, effort, and energy into the game, you can max a fucking character out.
Exactly.
Same thing with your real life, right? So you have people who don't work out. All they got to do is spend a couple hours in the gym every day or every
Yeah.
week. Boom. All of a sudden they swole. Okay, maybe you don't feel confident enough to do that. Because really, you could be a fat Mac, right? Yeah, I've seen big
Yeah.
niggas
Yeah.
who have the
yeah,
gift of gab, right? They sharp, they clean,
Yep.
and they able to go pick up any broad they want to, right? That happens. They're skinny niggas. It's all a confidence and an aware thing, right? So even if you aren't able to get over your weight issues or maybe gain weight or whatever the case is, you have to get out there and start talking to these women and put something in place so that they can feel that attraction or the attraction
Yeah.
and let it fly off, right?
Yeah.
It's been times where it's motherfuckers big as Luther Vandross, and they done pulled the baddest bitch in the club. Like, oh shit, how the fuck did you pull this bitch, nigga?
Yeah.
And that's just because he had the confidence to go talk to the bitch.
but Kev is a good example. I mean, your personal story, because I mean, just like Roger said, it's about the self-improvement thing when it comes to this space. It's not about getting the women. It's about you. To me,
I just wish, I just wish there was a way to deliver the message without being a complete dick.
but is that even a message for this space, though? To me, I mean,
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
women.
It's not particular to the space. It's actually particular to manhood as a whole. Because all right, so I'm in the wellness field, and we'll start off with personal training, right? Rehab therapists now, a bunch of other shit. But personal trainers get a lot of pussy. Okay.
Yeah, I've always heard that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of pussy, milkman style. You know what I'm saying? And the access is constant. And I believe that's so because, well, one, the demographic is primarily women between like 22 all the way up to around like 61 or some shit like that. And these women, the one you got to live the principle, right? You got to live the principle. If you don't live the principle, you're not even going to attract the customer base, whatever. So I don't work out to look good. I got to work out for the principle. You know what I'm saying? For the shit that I'm selling, whatever. You got to be about what you teach about. But
Yeah.
also with that, in those demographics and us interacting, most women aren't really receptive to the instruction of a man, especially one that they just met right off the bat. So they actually become a lot more receptive. There is somewhat of a connectivity there. I'm trying to keep the shit professional, you know what I'm saying? Depending on how she look, whatever. But you know what I mean? Hey, it is what it is. At the beginning, it is what it is. But I know y'all, I'm getting a lot of pussy with this. And the thing is, if that's the case, and you know, they talk. You know what I'm saying? And it don't take long if you a bad motherfucker for it to get around to you a bad motherfucker. And then your business starts suffering. So then, you know what I'm saying, different principle had to take over, right? But the whole thing is what they perceive right from the jump is first and foremost the physical. It's not my particular physical. It's the that's how humanity is. So those cats who aren't understanding to that degree, there might need to be a little bit of tough love put into that. You know what I'm saying? You can't. I don't think it's accurate to be genteel with such a perspective, because the life ain't gonna be genteel with such a perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like say that we're back in the times where motherfucking saber-toothed tiger was, you know what I'm saying, big as Tyrannosaurus or something. You know what I'm saying? Your ass is gonna have to get out there, you know what I'm saying, and get your tam on, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way I deliver my shit. You know, people might think it's, boot camp style or something, but I call it lightning. You know what I'm saying? If your ass is out in a lightning storm and you get struck by lightning, ain't nobody finna question the boat, you know what I'm saying, why you hit them. They're gonna ask you, what the fuck are you doing out there? What's your purpose for being out there? And it has to be direct so that it hits home that this is some essential shit. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Even though, yeah, they might be paying a motherfucking money or something, but it's like, look, even if you wasn't, this is a lesson that you need as a man across the board. Let's say you wasn't trying to get as many hoes as you wanted. You still need this motherfucking lesson.
Yeah, that's real shit.
Hey, you know who might have some game that
Who
people
that?
attack all the time? OKS.
Oh, please believe that nigga got game in space. He just be holding that shit back.
There's currently another live broadcast actually
Yeah.
attacking Kevin Samuels. Like, this ain't the millionth time this has
Oh,
been done.
That nigga got game like Cyclops visor. You know what I'm saying? He just be turning that bitch all the way down to pinpoint laser when he interacting.
Kev's in Atlanta. That
But he
nigga,
can
all that
snatch that.
nigga
You
really
know what I
gotta do is
mean?
walk outside.
Shit.
That
Yeah.
nigga, all that nigga gotta walk outside and say, "Hey, bitch."
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
You see this shit,
I mean,
bitch?
pretty much. I don't do that because I came up here when I moved up here. I moved up here attached. So, but it is very, very easy. Like, I mean, say I would be clowning if my situation wasn't taken. But yeah. But as far as KS is concerned, man, I mean, I'm sorry. I might ask the dude, do you want to be his man boyfriend? I mean,
Hey, okay, so
get the fuck
can
out of
you
here.
blow up Killer Cam's comment?
Uh, you talking about this one? It's not always about the physical roguish. It's the man who has a bigger pocketbook that you can.
Rogish, would you like to answer this? Or I can take it.
I mean, look, it's okay. So I'm pretty sure that the cats who got issues, they ain't trying to get hoes. The whole pocketbook thing, that's when you get hoes. I don't give a fuck if how good she look or what quality you think she is. If your money is a motherfucking issue in that bitch a hoe. You know what I mean? I mean, what the fuck? we're talking about possibly, the cats that want relationships with sisters. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the main thing. They might be, you know what I'm saying, lonely more than anything. They don't just want some pussy. These motherfuckers might want, you know what I'm saying, some companionship or something. And again, anything dealing with your money and interaction with a woman, that woman is a hoe.
Well, I say it like this because I'm just gonna make this statement real easy, right? You have two identical twins, right? Same height, same everything. They both make the same amount of money. Although one twin, musty, unkempt, ain't got his shit together. The other twin, sharp as a motherfucker, 6 pack, uh, always on point, looking physically. Who you think the bitch is gonna choose? They both make the same money, identically, personality wise, they gonna be the same.
Right.
You think she gonna choose the sloppy nigga, or you think she gonna choose the nigga with the 6 pack and sharp as a motherfucking thumbtack? I mean,
Exactly.
at that point, that's the divider, right?
Yeah.
So people always jump to the money. Yeah, of course. If I got $1 billion and you the sharpest nigga in the room, the bitch gonna go with me, right? But if I got $1 billion and you got $1 billion, who you think gonna win?
But do you think the difference between that actually happening and it happening the other way is game?
Say
No,
it again.
no. So
Somebody say that
so
again. Say it again.
I say you think the difference between that actually happening like that or it happening the other round be how much game each one has? Because
so
like because there's this movement of women that saying that oh just because you got success and just because you got this and that or you got a degree that doesn't mean you're entitled to getting a good woman. So you're gonna have that kind of pushback when you say stuff like that.
Yeah, so I always see game as kind of like a superpower, right? It's the ability to be thrown in murky ass water and then be able to swim through the alligators and find dry land,
Right.
right? That's what game is. So when you're dealing with a certain type of chick, you can kind of pick up and see what type of bitch she is. What kind of is she on bullshit? Is she straightforward?
Yeah.
That's where I see the game is.
It's navigation.
Where yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You
Yeah.
figure out what the situation is with a chick, right? You can kind
Right.
of peep the bullshit going on and the good shit and find out your navigation,
Yeah.
right? A lot of these game coaches, they just teach you tactics on how to pick up women, and they don't teach you the game portion of it. That's something you really gotta pick up with time. It's
Yeah.
like training with a Jedi master that motherfucker can tell you how to move the lightsaber, but that forces some shit you gotta feel on your own.
Facts. Ooh, church. Say that one more again for the ones in the back who ain't listening. Shit, get a drummer song. God damn, that's a nice jewel right there. Put that on a t-shirt.
But yeah, no, I mean that's what it is. The game is some shit you gotta really just fill out on your own and kind of pick up and learn. Like, you when okay, so let's say this. You get off the intersection, right? And you see a motherfucker with a little bit of smudge and dirt on their face, and they got some brand new Jordans on, and they got a sign talking about some I'm out of work, need some money. What does your mind say? I need to give him some money. Or you go, nigga, you got on some new Jordans. Get the fuck up out of here.
I've seen that shit before. So dude, so bum. I'm like, dog, your ass is matching a little bit too well for you to be, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He had a nice sign. I'm like, wait a minute, man, where the fuck you found it? You know what I'm saying? The materials for this. Who the fuck get creative with the sign? It's a nice sign. You don't look dirty.
Nigga went
You
to
got on some
Walmart.
motherfucking baby blue powder Tims, and you out here on the corner, cuz really?
Right. You didn't peep like nigga. Now but that's a large example of the game catching you. But then
Yeah.
you kind of catch it down when it's refined game. You can go down to the minute details, and you're like, wait a minute, nigga, something don't seem right. I don't know. And then you look off in the street, a couple like you look off in the parking lot next door. It's a new Jaguar. So I'm like, wait a minute, nigga,
You know what I mean?
this shit don't make no damn sense.
But that's what it is. So, and also you got different levels. So also when so not the shit on the cats who got loot, you know what I'm saying? I dig it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's just a different perspective though of engaging the whole the game itself.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's rebound this conversation.
Right.
Yeah,
Peel it back, player.
I mean,
Rebound this conversation. Let me tell you, Highlander Complex. I feel like a lot of these guys that have this complex, instead of supporting the collective of ideas that might move this community forward, they promote the counterproductive ideas, basically
Mm.
fueling and gassing people. That I'll give you an example, like a bona fide black man hater, helping them, progress and prosper instead of helping the guy who might encompass and share your ideas on community and unity. Maybe a guy like that is just afraid that the person that they could be helping, instead of the shitty fucker that they are helping just to assert their position like they love black people for some fucking reason. Maybe they're afraid that the person they could be helping has a better delivery than them. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? So go ahead and promote the piece of shit. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and promote the black man hater. Go ahead, because you won't be in that spot for much longer. Say that much. I mean, and that's no veil threat. It's just that when you're fake about it, people are gonna find you out sooner or later. I'll just say that much. And a lot of you niggas been faking for a long, long, long time. And maybe that's the Highlander in me speaking. You know what I'm saying? That's that's the Highlander part. When I see insufficient leadership that just wants to stay the leader by shitting on anyone that has any kind of potential to be great, that means that your time might just be a little bit more limited than you actually think. You can be super hot one fucking day and then super cold for the rest of your life.
Facts.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. See, at least my interests are that serve the interest of it, almost everyone. I mean, I can't say that I am a spokesperson, but I'm not going to fuel the side that trying to make my message move or has no respect for me as a human being, no decent respect, just because they think I don't have any respect for the women. If I have any respect for the women, I leave them alone. Let all of them become drug addicted, bad decision makers. You know
Precisely.
what I'm saying? But I got family in this motherfucker, and your bullshit and mistakes and your pushing for the disunity is not going to affect them at all. It's not going to do it. If I could stop a kid from becoming a pookie, I would. If I could stop every kid from becoming a pookie, I would. But I can't. I can't do it. And I would think that guys who would label themselves leaders and such, would want to be on that page of, you know, trying to, quell the nonsense and try to bring this shit to, like, not we're not a monolith. All of us are not going to think the same, but shared interest for the greater good. I mean, I may be speaking in sort of I don't know, a crazy way, because that's how craziness starts. That's how crazy people come into power. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are plenty of crazy people coming into power that way, and I'm not saying I'm crazy or I'm powerful, but at the same time, I see that the leadership might be a bit more broken than people are willing to admit. And it was what I was unwilling to admit at first, because, I wanted a good look for this place. I did. I care about it. I don't know why the fuck I care about it. I can throw it away just like everyone else does. But I guess it's because everyone else does. I like to poke at folks that do that bullshit constantly. What gain do you have from that shit? Honestly, to fuel the other side, try to portray yourself as someone who cares. I'm not gonna do that. That's
Well,
I may be sounding like a politician of sorts, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna portray like
it,
I'm something.
it's controlling the chessboard, right? So when you control the chessboard, you are the king of the chessboard. Now you have pawns, you have rooks, you have the castle. You got all the different pieces on the
Yep,
chessboard.
yep, yep.
You set up your opposition as well. You are unchallenged. This is your game. people can only get in to defy you based on your whim. Um, I mean, really, it's a smart move. I mean, I mean, shit. If you control everything, even your opposition, nigga, how do you lose?
Facts. What's the lesson in it?
You know how they lose. You know how both of those sides lose if someone comes in and kills the both of them. No, not literally, not bloodshed,
Right,
not
right.
don't y'all don't call the police and get the court order just yet. I was speaking metaphorically.
You talking about
You know,
outshine them in
no.
presentation of the ideology?
You get them to expose their own bullshit. That's what you do. You have to be very smart about it, or you're gonna end up looking like an idiot. So, but is you have to not really convince them. You have to convince their crowd. So they can see the error of their counterproductivity. But unfortunately, their crowd is mostly ignorant. We as black people have a tendency to choose the low road. We like
Yeah,
ratchet stuff. We like the drama.
yeah,
We we say we want productivity. We say we want unity in the community. That we got so much going on that it just like, oh, why are you talking about this? Well, we got cops out here killing people. But at the same time, you know, that whole cops killing us thing is also used as a shaming piece.
Right.
Yeah, and then like, okay, back to old boy was like he was talking about, the phases of black women black men in the YouTube phase, in the manosphere, and the women's side of it. He's like two phases. He which he got wrong as fuck. But he was saying one of the phases was to get the bag phase. The other phase is the women who genuinely want to get married. But he bagged, like, it sounded like he was bagging single mothers into that, the phase 4 part, or the third, fourth phase, whatever phase it was.
Right.
One phase he did forget was the uh, we got large followings off shitting on black men phase, and faction, rather, faction. Like, yeah, that faction exists, and for him to ignore that faction, uh, that really, honestly, when a guy does that, that's him trying to establish himself as an alpha. To completely ignore that part right there, like it doesn't factor into anything. Guys, in particular, guys who want to look like that they are the Highlander, there can be only one. They act like that doesn't affect them. They will even go as far as to push those narratives. The same, like, they do it in small doses. They do it in way smaller doses than the actual black man haters, the actual black manosphere haters. They do it in small doses, but these guys are not slick to me. You know, is they do it so when they do rise to the occasion and they become the hero, then everybody will look at them like, yay, that guy is so cool. Thank you for defending us, man. Thank you for defending us. All the time they've been feeding the enemy. Well,
So,
like
question for
like
for
Lord
for so
go ahead.
for the ones who may be hating in such a way, um, prior to they didn't always hate, did they? Or were they putting out some quality content prior to the hate? It just didn't pick up with the public or whatever. Or has they always been a hater?
I think that to be honest, a lot of the black man haters, they tried it another way at one point. I can say, for someone who's looked at this space for a while, a lot of people built, for what I hear, built off a lot of the already established people, and then when they got their own followings, they switched up. Other folks, like one in particular, she used to talk that pro black shit. Then she had her channel taken down. Now she's on the black man hate shit, and her stuff stays up. You know.
Interesting.
See,
Yeah.
but a woman, I mean, I would expect a woman to do any kind of underhanded stuff, but
Yeah. We all expect it, and that's why they're able to slip under the radar so frequently. And I like for those sisters, like, continue doing your thing. I'm not gonna ever be the guy that wants to see you taken down. If you're making money off that stuff, and people appreciate you, uh, contributing to the degradation of the black race by trying to destroy the image of the black man. And it really isn't working because they do that shit because, like, some black woman went viral doing some dumb shit like putting gorilla glue in her hair. Oh, by
Right.
the way, she made a copyright claim on that TikTok video that I showed her.
Word.
I look at that email one day and said copyright claim was made Tessica Brown. I'm like, huh? I'm
oh
like,
wow,
okay, well, you're gonna have to wait on that paycheck to come through for that video because ad revenue ain't that much. Like, when at this level, that's why, like, a lot of these guys, I will give them that much. They do say do some short videos,
Hmm.
like, because short videos that you can build your base up with that, and you can earn ad revenue because you can sit up here and talk for hours and hours, and they're thinking in the way of making money. So basically, if I sit up here, if someone sits on a broadcast talk for 3 or 4 hours and nobody's donating to them, then there's no real purpose for them sitting up there talking that much anyway. The thing that I like to think about is I like to have a conversation.
Right.
Okay, it's as long as it's a great conversation, it doesn't matter whether people will donate to you or not. You get the gratification of people actually enjoying the conversation and what you have to say. You can feel like you're on top of the world without having to slay anybody else or hate, just through being able to validate yourself
Right.
through the way you deliver your content. Is called talent.
yeah,
Now, I don't think that it is fair to call someone untalented because you do overwhelmingly better. I'm just not the kind of person to become kiss ass when a bigger person comes around. It's not built in my DNA. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I sometimes, when there is a person of importance around, back in my younger days, I used to get a bit overwhelmed. It's like, but once I realized something, I didn't care about that anymore. That they weren't all that. And I say that is that you don't have to ever lower yourself for anyone. Period.
yeah,
You don't. When that person comes in and tries to do that HNIC bullshit, don't lower yourself. Don't don't
yeah,
don't do it. You don't have to. There's always a choice. When someone comes in with that Highlander complex, you could let them know in more ways than one without even ad hominem how stupid they look.
Right.
You know, but the counterproductivity part of it is stupid. So, guys, final statements. I'm about to end
Uh,
brother Kev.
go ahead. Go ahead. Steph.
Yeah, I appreciate everything you do, brother Kev. I love your commitment, or your dedication and contribution to the space, because I appreciate this space. And that's why I just wanted to jump up here tonight instead of being in the chat, because I see this as a big problem in the space as far as the Highlander thing and people putting their mouths on other people. Because when I was growing up, I know that was something that you just didn't do. Like Donnie said earlier, like if you wanted to have a problem with somebody, then you would say something, and then y'all could work it out. But in this space, that can't happen. So people talking about somebody, I've always known that to be, you if you want to start some trouble, you say something. And there's just too much people running their mouths and saying something about other people over the internet, and you really can't do anything about it, and it works against the objective of what I think this space is about.
Facts.
So I really like to see an end to that, and I think I want to be more vocal towards people that you know, have something to say about another person instead of just staying in their lane and then letting that person be in their lane, you know. But once again, I appreciate everything you do. Thanks for having me on your panel tonight.
All right, Sir Anthony, I appreciate you coming up as well. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, and you're more than welcome to come back for any of these panel discussions. So, salute.
Salute.
Salute, salute.
All right,
Um,
Roguish.
as far as it goes for the Highlander complex, I think it was Sir Anthony put it in there, or somebody, maybe it's Killer Cam. They tagged a line from that one line. Everybody eat, man. Everybody eat, B. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, that's the only way that we're actually going to get to where we need to get to. The space is about support. You know what I'm saying? Everyone understands that black men aren't getting any support. If y'all listen to T. Hassan Johnson and you hear how he ends his delivery, you know what I'm saying, every week, you know what I'm saying, he basically had you to look within and see your worth and understand what he delivers is that, yeah, black men aren't getting support. So an aspect of this space being here is very, very healthy to establish a camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? And a support system. So anybody looking to break that up through trying to establish themselves as, you know what I'm saying, some lone force of representation, that doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? And it really should be combated. You know what I'm saying? Or is the space just for conversing alone? You know what I'm saying? And not a building, and not a building or a learning space. Me, I see this as a building and a learning space. You know what I'm saying? I've learned so much over the years. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And even more so when I started participating. So respect Sir Anthony on that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been aware of the space for, you know what I'm saying, since its, inception or whatever. But then participate, and participation actually brought me a lot more growth, a lot more development. And for those of you who are on your Highlander complex, I got a big amount of growth and development just from, you know what I'm saying, being humble and you know what I'm saying, making and listening. You know what I'm saying? You can listen a lot. And for those, for, the space is charged with game. And game just ain't, you know what I'm saying, about hollering at chicks and nothing like that. Game is about navigation, as Donnie, you know what I'm saying, expressed earlier. That specific type of game is about hollering at bitch, whatever. But game all across the board, nah, it's about navigation, period. And this space is charged with that on so many levels. And that should be preserved because there is ain't nowhere else black men is getting this type of support. So that's what it is. So long live the habitual line steppers, Kev. Thanks always for the hospitality. Everybody, I hope y'all safe and y'all sleep well this evening. Holla.
Peace, bro.
All right, thank you to Roguish for coming by. Always an honor to have great minds coming to these panels. And yeah, but I think let me end it up. Let me end it by saying this. Let me end it by saying this. I think that the Highlander complex comes from a fear of losing, a fear of watching your position go away. Now, I would liken it. Let me make a quick comparison, like to professional wrestling. I used to read all the dirt sheets, all the backstage happenings, and what happens is like a guy who gets older, if they have some kind of political pull, they would make it hard for the younger guy to be successful. And it seems that no matter how much they used to complain as a younger guy, it seems like they always get to be a older guy and do the same thing the old guys have always done. I think a lot of the old guys are feeling the same way. I mean, the guys who've been in the space longer, and And I mean, like, I have respect for anyone that is in here, that is able to come in here and do the things that they do, put in the work, get the sets going, the background, the music, the atmosphere, and uh, the to be able to attract a certain base, a certain sentiment. But you should never, ever, ever make that the reason why you stand over others. Because people like me are always going to put it to you this way. I'd rather have 20 smart motherfuckers watching me than four or 500 dumb ones. It's with me is quality over quantity. Um, don't start the wars. And this is for these guys. Don't start the wars that you think you can win. I know that might be a bit confusing for certain people out there. And quite frankly, I just made that statement up just now. So if you're amazed, that you have very legitimate reason to be amazed, but don't start the wars you think you can win. That's just saying that some of y'all are a little bit too comfortable and a little bit too flippant with your mouths. There is plenty of great talent, if given the chance, could probably overtake your position. But then again, that's a Highlander's way of thinking. There's enough room for everyone in this space. There's enough room. And if it's something that you can't accept, then it's then it'll be your downfall. It won't be mine. It won't ever be mine. It has never been mine, no matter how many times people have tried. With all of the stuff that we talked about tonight, how people want to take people out any way they can, sneak dissing, constant attacks, constant videos, doxing. Is is crazy, man, and it really sucks the fun out of everything because you actually have black people who want to humiliate and destroy other blacks. And like I said, with black people like that, who needs racist whites? And I mean, like, racism is a very easy card to play, but it's a card to play nonetheless. But we as black men, we have to do better as far as our problems with unity and working together are concerned, because it could at least be a minimal effort. We don't even put up a minimal effort. And it's fun for a lot of us. So, brother, if you're out there living your best life and, you feel like that you're here to, that you're here to sit atop a great giant mountain, I just want to let you know that Kev is officially has worked on this Highlander complex of his own, and I will not try to ever fling any poop, slander, any veiled threats, any kind of angry insults, belittlement, you name it. I will never try to fling anything like that your way, because I want to see you guys successful. I do. More successful black men there are, the more we get to solidify a positive image. And that's the one thing that I want to see more than anything. But if you come over here and you try to kick over my little hill when I did nothing to your mountain, and this might be the old me, that might be the Highlander coming out, don't do it, because I will climb your mountain and I will kick you off of it. And then I'll go back to my little hill and just let everyone have the fun, because like I said, there's enough for everyone. Don't be that person, please. It's not good for the space, and it's not good for the community. And that's really not just talking to people on YouTube. That's talking to anyone who's in an earshot of what I'm saying. So, um, yeah, hopefully you tune into. Hopefully, for those who didn't watch this broadcast as it was happening live, they'll be able to tune into the replay. And my replay value is pretty good. And I do appreciate my subs, existing and new and incoming. All of you guys are the greatest, and no hard feelings. But I'm here to be brutally honest. So it's whatever from here on out. Yeah, be some of you need to be the leaders you say you are, and this HNIC stuff that some of y'all keep trying to pull, that shit is tired because according to a lot of you, black men really aren't in the position to assert such things anyway. I'm not saying that we can't, because we can do anything we fucking want to. We're men at the end of the day. We have to carry ourselves as such. But I'm not going to be counterproductive to you guys. I'm not going to be angry with you if you disagree with me. You will be given the chance to explain more than any reason why. I'm not going to jump down your throat. I'm not going to show you how big my balls is, because that's indecent exposure, and I don't want to do that. So anyway, this is Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. And you best believe at the end of the day and at the end of the broadcast, I am a habitual line stepper. Shout out to Roger, Donnie, Darth Skater 7, and Sister George. And check out the breakdown tomorrow. They will be interviewing Zoe Williams. And for those of you who know Zoe Williams, he appeared alongside Corey Holcomb for a number of years on Corey Holcomb's 5150 show. That is a show on YouTube. And he also has his own YouTube channel called the Zoe What show. And I'm subscribed to that channel as well. Seemed like a pretty stand-up guy. But, I will be checking out the breakdown stream tomorrow. So, yeah, do that. Check out my habitual line stepper sister and her partner every Sunday and Wednesday evening. So also Darth Skater 7, our tech guy, he does make an appearance every now and again, but dude is a family man and he is about something. So, yeah, what we try to do in the habitual line steppers is we don't do the whole Highlander complex, because really is we really look at it from a mature point of view. We want to show everyone what a team that is able to work together without all the bullshit looks like. And if it's gonna just be us, it'll probably just be us. It's okay with me. I'm sure that there are other cliques and factions that work together and, show them that at the end of the day that they could have mature results. But you know what? If the habitual line steppers are the ones that come closest to that, I'm okay with that. Because, although myself, Donnie, and Roger believe that we have all stellar products and one is better than the other, you're never going to catch us fighting over it. It'll always be some friendly, gentleman's competition, but it's good to have that confidence like that. But the whole thing is, at the end of the day, we know we have to prove that to who really matters, and that's the audience. And once you can prove that you're genuine to an audience, then you don't need to do all of that Highlander complex bullshit. You could just be about it. And therefore, everybody eats with less drama and confusion. But I don't know everything. Just do what y'all need to do. So thank y'all once again. Thank you for the support as always. Thank you for the cash apps. And see y'all for any given Sunday. Topic has yet to be determined, but I'm sure it will be a great one. So, once again, long live the habitual line steppers. In Kev we trust. And when I say Kev, I mean the Kev that is talking right now through his avatar, which is an actual picture of Kev. Okay, but yeah, in Kev we trust. See y'all for any given Sunday.